Good. Ooh,
Oh.
getting a ton of feedback.
Oh.
Give
Let's
us
try
just,
that again. Wow.
Just give it one.
No, you can't. I've got an echo, and you're not allowed to talk.
It's going right
Have
through.
fun, folks.
There we go.
There we
Yes,
go.
Thanks for staying patient with us. Welcome. Good afternoon. Day 1 of 2 of the Coshocton County Fair. I am Ashley Daly, joined with Michael Langer. We've
Good afternoon, Ashley.
got Steven behind the camera today. We're going to bring you 11 races total this afternoon. It is Ladies' Night.
Yeah.
And then we're going to throw some trotters in there, too, for the signature series. So, again, a total of 11 races. I hope you know the drill by now. We have spent a lot of time together this summer. If you want a free program, go on over to harnessracingohio.com. There's going to be a View Live Races tab. Click that. And we're towards the end of the year, so we're the only game in house.
We are the only game in the house. Yeah, we haven't been able to say that too often this summer, have we?
Right.
Not at all.
This is the third to last. We've got
here tomorrow, Dayton
on Sunday,
and then Lancaster
next week.
Next
that
week
is it. That is going to round us out for the 2025 County Fair racing season.
I'm the only one that wants to go year-round.
You probably. I know. You give us about 2 weeks after Lancaster when we can kind of recoup and
take a breath.
Yes, take a deep breath. Just one deep breath.
Yeah,
and we're like, man, we want to get back out there. It's when wind's Paulding again, you know?
Exactly. Well, yeah, it's a beautiful day here. It's warm for late September.
It is.
Good afternoon, folks. It's in the mid to upper 80s, sunny. We're in a closed-in grandstand, so not much of a breeze up where we are, but much more refreshing down in the shade and the apron down there. And I think we've got horses coming out.
I know, that's what I was trying to. We might be gathering here shortly for the post parade. Our first race is the first division of Freshman Filly Pacers. $6,670 on the line. A full gate of 6 horses.
2 divisions only for this one. Yeah, 6,600. Nice way to start the day.
Purse of $6,670. Number 1, Laughing 2, the driver, Jason Thompson. Number 2, Suma Diva, Carson Conrad. Number 3, Fearful Ginger with Drew Neal. Number 4, Stone Creek Girl, the driver, Harvey Hirschberger. Number 5, VH Goldie with David Young II. And number 6, Extra Sweet, Emmanuel Miller in the sulky.
Well, here we go.
A little close to the water line there on those guys warming up in the post parade, but they all made it through okay. Track is really firm. Walked around a little bit over to the barns before we got started here, and I think that it's going to be pretty quick out there today.
Our track records for pacing track record is actually tied by multiple horses. I think it's 156 flat. We can talk about that a little bit later on, but 156 is what we're aiming for our pacers today, and our trotting track record is 158-2. So this, in years past, especially in the early 2000s, this was a fast little track.
Yeah, it must have been some good numbers.
Well, would you like to introduce us to our rail horse?
I don't see why not. Number 1 is Laughing 2, Jason Thompson in the bike for trainer Jim Graham, who owns along with Tim Warner and Lee Winters. This is a lather-up filly from the Sun Beach Somewhere mare Lioness Hanover. 10 starts so far this year, 6 wins, 1 third-place finish, just under $20,000 in earnings, and a mark of 59-4 at Dover, and a slightly off track here last week, and that was a win by 9 lengths, which is the 4th win in a row for Laughing 2, who maintains drive with Jason Thompson, who appears to have been on this one pretty much all summer long.
Carson Conrad is going to team back up with Stevie Carter on Suma Diva. Of course, this is a summa cum laude filly, owned by Willard Taylor of Chillicothe, and Carter himself coming off of a 4th place finish at Ashland, win 201 and 2. Last win, however, was back at, I believe that was Marietta, was the winner there by over 3 lengths in 205 and 3. Suma Diva has hit the board 11 of 14 tries this go, including 6 wins in 2025. She has made $26,000 so far this year.
Understand the prices have gone up on the Sumas at the sales already.
For good reason.
Yeah, for,
For good reason.
indeed. We'll see what happens down in Lexington.
I think we might be gathering already, Michael.
Let's go quick. Number 3, Fearful Ginger. David Warnstaff drives, trains, and owns 5 starts, a second and 3/3.
Harvey Hirschberger on the 4, Stone Creek Girl for Betty Clegg is hit the board 11 times in 21 tries, 4 wins and $23,000 made.
The 5 is VH Goldie. David Young for Tim Van Horn, who owns. This one has had 14 starts this year, 10 wins, 3 second-place finishes, and a really impressive mark of 57 at Piketon.
Minnie Miller drives a 6, Extra Sweet for Corey Dingerman. This is a down by the seaside filly. She was a winner both at Ashland and Worcester, timed the better mile at Ashland in 2 minutes and 3/5. She has had 2 wins and 5 starts. Let's roll up to Roger Houston, the call of the first.
They come. They're off and pacing. That's Laughing 2 going for the lead. Stone Creek Girl on the outside second. Suma Diva gets away third. Taking a seat into the turn. Fearful Ginger fourth. Racing fifth. VH Goldie and treading the field. That's Extra Sweet. Around the turn going to the backside. Harvey Hirschberger and Stone Creek Girl shows the way. Laughing 2 with Jason Thompson on the move on the outside. Now to take the lead as they race over to the first quarter in 29 and 4. Into the turn they go. Racing third, that's Suma Diva. Gapped out. Fearful Ginger fourth. Racing fifth, VH Goldie in the trailer. Extra Sweet. All in straight alignment as they race around the turn, go on to the 3/8 mark. Laughing 2 and Jason Thompson show the way by a length and a half. Stone Creek Girl right there second. First up on the outside, VH Goldie at the halfway point in 59 flat. Into the turn they go. Out to follow the cover on the outside is Extra Sweet. We got 4 in, 2 out, going to the 5/8 mark. The leader is Laughing 2 by a length and a half. Up on the outside, VH Goldie with each and every stride. Racing on the inside, Stone Creek Girl racing fourth. Down the backside, it's Suma Diva. Moving on the outside, Extra Sweet. And here comes Fearful Ginger. 3 in, 3 out at the 3/4 mark. 129 and 2. Around the final turn, the leader is Laughing 2 by a length and a half. On the outside, VH Goldie labors second. Racing 3 wide off the turn. Here comes Fearful Ginger. Into the stretch they come. On top of the field and showing the way, it's Laughing 2 with the lead. VH Goldie coming back on the outside. Here they are.
We're Laughing 2.
We're not going to get the final mile time. Well, we'll keep an eye on it if Roger gives us that final mile time. The Laughing 2, that is going to make 5 in a row.
Crazy. What a nice little filly.
And Jason knew what he was doing, right? As soon as he did, he let Harvey get around him and then took back off out of that first turn.
Yeah, he wasn't back there for more than 3 or 4 seconds in second. No, it was good. I had 1, 5, 6, 3 across the wire. The one went off as our favorite at even money today, and the 5 was the second choice at 5-2. And if it's like the payoffs up in Jug Week, that exacta is going to pay $2.40.
So I don't get to see Jason Thompson drive too much because he's always on the circuits that I am not. But what an accomplished driver himself. Yeah. I just don't get to witness it very often.
He hit a multi-thousand mark this summer, didn't he?
He hit, I think, a
2,000, 3,000?
Yeah, he hit some milestone. I can't remember exactly what it was. Yeah, there's Roger giving us 1, 5, 6 unofficial, though, across the wire.
Pretty impressive. VH Goldie, who pulled really just at the half, raced the whole back half first over, and was able to hold on for second place, which was good. Manny Miller had that second over trip behind VH Goldie, and ended up being able to get up for a third place check.
Here's our
Talent Cold Stake 2-year-old filly pace. Number 1, Laughing 2. Owned by James Graham, Timothy Warner of New York. Jim Graham, the winning trainer. Jason Thompson in the sulky. His 27th win of the season in the Buckeye State. Results are official. Number 1, Laughing 2, the winner. Number 2, Suma Diva, 6. The 3, Fearful Ginger, 4. The 5, Stone Creek Girl, 5. The 5, VH Goldie, 2. The 6, Extra Sweet, 3. Top down, 1, 6, 4, 5, 2. 3 on the bottom. The quarter, 29 and 4. The half, 59. 3/4, 129, 2. The mile, 158.
They came home pretty good.
They came home
Not
really
terrible
good.
at all.
No, nice fractions, nice good rated mile all the way across. Abbey Stables sponsored that one. Abbey held Quattro de Julio for the first year of his breeding. And Quattro's babies are going to be for sale Friday night in Lexington. They got 5 of them listed.
I think we did see a few go through the Ohio Selected as well, didn't we?
Oh,
did you
might
check?
have.
I think we did because I was there was one that I really wanted to look at, but the Ohio Selected. So a
Big
few of them
ticket.
went for a lot of
Yeah,
money. They
big-
went for a lot of money,
Big
and
ticket stuff.
I'm going to be interested to see when his offspring do hit the track. A great performer, right? We don't have to question that. His stats are going to back that up, but he was a little high strung.
Oh, he's a maniac.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw him. The only time I ever got to see him, I think he came to the Charlie Hill when I was working for Scioto that season, and he was a nutcase.
He was a nutcase, and Yannick drove him.
Yep.
And Yannick got interviewed. I don't remember who it was that interviewed him after the race because I was standing there in the winner's circle. I have a good relationship with Maria Ortolan, who has been taking care of Quattro since birth. And, Yannick said, hey, a little difficult until the race starts, but he was okay once that started. But, he's a maniac, but he is one tough cookie. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, I want to see, what are their mannerisms going to be when they hit the track next year? As far as, are they going to maybe Mom was a cool, calm, collected mare. They're not going to be high strung.
Hopefully they'll all just calm down a little bit.
But you and I both know, if they're a nice horse, you're going to put up with whatever.
Yeah.
If they're going to, if they try their heart out and they make you a little bit of money, you'll kind of swallow some of the
You have to build a relationship with him. It wasn't until he was 4.5 before he stopped trying to bite me every time I got in front of him. So looking forward to that. Let's take a break and come back for the second race, which will be the first division of our 2-year-old filly trotters. You're watching live harness racing from the Coshocton County Fair. Ashley Daly, Michael Langer, OHHA, Stephen on the camera. We'll be right back.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year, providing advanced specialty care for sports horses from all stages and disciplines. Our expert team of boarded surgeons and sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sports horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at BigDWeb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Dublin Valley Farms, home of Volstead sire of 2024 Ohio Horse of the Year, Sugar Instead. Also standing at Dublin Valley Farms, Slay, a promising young son of Chapter 7 and Coach K Hanover by world record holder Walner. Looking for your next winner? Dublin Valley Farms and our clients are offering an exciting lineup of yearlings with current and fashionable pedigrees, available at public auctions this year. Backed by a team that cares, Dublin Valley Farms, Fredericksburg, Ohio.
Thanks for joining us, Ashley and Michael. Just having a heck of a time already today,
always,
per usual.
Always, yeah. More of this tomorrow. Stay tuned.
That's going to be your last one for the season, isn't it?
That's it for me, man. That's it for me. Yeah.
But you start up, thinking about next year, you start up earlier than us, though, because you do Kentucky's fairs.
Right.
When do they start? Roughly?
Third weekend in May.
Oh, so
I think it
they're
was May 24th this year.
about three weeks earlier than us.
About 3 weeks earlier, yeah.
And the season's shorter, quite a bit shorter.
Yeah, we only have 8 weeks there, including the finals at the Red Mile. So,
okay.
yeah, it's much shorter. Although it's probably going to be a lot busier next year because they have the people that do all that fair stuff have put in for 2 optional days and a race day. So the rules down there require if you put in for 1 race day, that's all you can get. So if something were to happen where you'd have too many horses, too many races, you'd still have to do them in 1 day, which is what happened to us last year. We had 3 days where we had 25 races. But this year what they did is they put an optional day on Friday, race day on Saturday, and optional day on Sunday. So if we have a weather delay or if we have a lot of horses, we could split it up over the weekend, which is nice.
How many different tracks does the Kentucky Fair go to?
5 as of right now. We go to Lebanon, Mayfield, La Center, the High Bramble Training Center in Versailles had their first fair last year, and they'll have another one this coming season. And the Red Mile hosts one of the 7 before the final, and then the final as well. Yeah, it's pretty cool. The week before, when it's week 7 down there, and we haven't gotten to the final yet, there's nobody there because there's no pari-mutuel wagering. So, I've mentioned before, I sit up there with my tripod and my iPad and do the whole thing myself, which is really kind of cool. But I was the only person in the grandstand this year for week 7. I mean, it was really
quite a different atmosphere, isn't it?
Even from this,
I know that's our grandstand's pretty large here, and
this is a nice crowd for a Monday afternoon.
This is the first time I've been up to Coshocton. I don't think I've ever been here. When I was driving, I was like, maybe this feels familiar, but I don't think I've ever been to this track. It was interesting for me to get in. I kind of had to argue my way in, but what's new?
You did.
I'm good at that.
Okay, yeah, I'm sure that didn't go well for who you were arguing with.
And but there's a lot of people. Is there wagering?
Yes.
Okay, I would say, is it over here?
Yeah,
maybe?
we got a tote board, so there must be.
Oh, duh.
That well.
You did mention that
that's okay.
The last race,
it's all right.
ya?
Some do, some don't. And I was with Susan. I was Susan at Dover on Saturday, I guess, last weekend, and I said, somebody texted in and said, can you tell us what the odds are before the race goes off? And I'm like, well, why would you want the odds if you're not here? And then besides, there's no tote board. And Sue goes, Susan's like this. She goes, it's right over there.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't see the darn thing.
That's what some people like it when we talk about, who's the favorite, who's the long shot. Some audience members
don't.
don't.
Have that right.
I guess you're just going to
have to mix it up.
Mute us.
We try to mix it up. We'll give you a little bit about gambling, a little bit about the drivers. The horses was in the barns before the races today. It was kind of neat back there. There's 3 barns, I think it was, or one of them was extra long.
Yeah,
3.
I think there's 3, but there are a few people in the infield out of their trailer as well.
Yeah, but it's a really good setup for the horsemen. If they're in the infield, obviously they can get right out on the track, and the barns are very close in proximity to the track entrance as well. So
the shape of this track is interesting.
That's a big turn, isn't it?
Yes.
Look at that.
I was like, I don't think it's really egg-shaped, but these are some really wide turns.
Look at that on an aerial shot and see. Let's go up to Roger Houston for the post parade for this afternoon's second race.
$584. Number 1, I'm Your Romance with Hammond Hirschberger. Number 2, Sizzling Marcy with Alan Willems. Number 3, Tom's Crazy Peach with Logan Ebersole. Number 4, Viva Magenta, Drew Neal. Number 5, Jasmine's Diamond, Don Irvine Jr. Number 6, Out of Your Range with Mike Spearman. And number 7, Go Get the Money, Carson Conrad in the sulky.
Carson for Rosie. That might be a first.
Yep, you're right.
That
It might
might
be
be
a
a
first. A field of 7 here. We do score 6 wide as we saw in the last race. So number 7 is going to start from the second tier, but from the rail. I'm Your Romance. Amon Hirschberger. 4, Doug Ryan. This is a Marseille filly coming off a 3rd place finish at Dover. Up there, she timed her mile in at 2:03 and 2, final quarter 32. So it looks like she might have got a little tired there. 6 lifetime starts. She's hit the board twice, but still looking for her first lifetime win.
Sizzlin' Marcy is the 2. Alan Williams in the bike for Brian Georges. Marianne and John Brian Georges own this one. A Marseille filly by the Chip Hooray mare, Sizzlin' Chips. 12 starts this year, 8 times in the money, $12,000 plus in earnings. This one has been nothing worse than 4th in the last 6 starts, coming off a 4th up in Delaware in a $4,500 race last week with Jason Beatty in the bike.
Our 3-horse Logan Ebersaw for Eli Miller. Tom's Crazy Peach is a long Tom filly out of a Crazed mare. Miller also does own Tom's Crazy Peach, coming off a 2nd place finish, but before that at Ashland would have been what, the Monday of Delaware. I never get to go to Ashland.
Yeah, it was Monday or Tuesday. Yeah.
Did have a win there though in 2:03 and 4. She's had 3 wins in 12 starts, an additional 2 2nd place finishes, and almost $15,000 made.
Where am I? Jasmine?
The 4-horse.
Thank you. Viva Magenta, Drew Neal for Rosie Weaver. Heartland Acres owns this one, a long Tom filly from the Emil Angus mare. She's Not Red. 15 starts this year, only 11 out of 15 in the money. Fastest winning time and highest money earner in the field. Nothing but firsts and seconds. 5 out of the last 6 races. Was a $17,000 purchase, the Ohio Select Sale, and has earned back just under $23,000.
Don Irvine Jr. is going to drive the 5, Jasmine's Diamond for Gary Martin. This is a Muscle Diamond filly coming off of wire-to-wire win at Dover in 2:06 and 2. She's had 8 wins in 10 lifetime starts.
Crazy.
$21,000 made. Had some tough luck at Delaware, actually. She left kind of from the middle of the pack in the Buckeye Stallion Series, but made a break before the gate.
Number 6, Out of Your Range. Mike Spearman trains, owns, and drives an in-range filly by the Cantab Hall mare, Drive Me Wild. Looking for a 1st or a 2nd place finish to go along with 5 thirds, earnings of $5,000 and a $5,000 Buckeye Select Sale purchase. Buckeye Classic Sale. 3rd last week up in Dover.
And the 7, Carson Conrad for Rosie Weaver. Go Get the Money. Of course, a Ready for Money filly. 2 back at Old Washington, was a winner by a neck in 2:06 and 2. That was her first life and only lifetime win, and she's made over $20,000 so far.
Here we go. Roger Houston, the call of the 2nd 1 mile trot, $7,500 purse.
Break the 2.
They're off and trotting, going for the lead. In Your Mance with the lead. On the outside, that's Tom's Crazy Peach getting away 3rd. Jasmine's Diamond racing to the backside 4th. Viva Magenta racing 5th. Out of Your Range. Next comes Go Get the Money. And trading the field following the early break, Sizzlin' Marcy. Down the backside, going to the 1st quarter mark. On top of the field and showing the way, Tom's Crazy Peach as they race over to the 1st quarter in 31 and 4. Into the turn 2nd, I'm Your Romance racing 3rd. Around the turn, Jasmine's Diamond tips to the outside for Don Irvine Jr., followed by Viva Magenta racing 4th. Up the inside, Out of Your Range 5th. 6 on the outside, Go Get the Money, and trading the field, Sizzling Marcy. Coming to the halfway point. On top of the field, Tom's Crazy Peach. Halfway home in 1:01 and 3. Into the turn they go. Racing 2nd on the inside is I'm Your Romance. Up on the outside, that is Jasmine's Diamond. Now 3rd, now 2nd, and going after the leader. as they race around the turn. Go onto the backside. On the outside is Viva Magenta, fourth. Fifth on the inside, out of your range. Up on the outside, Go Get the Money. The trailer is Sizzlin' Marcy. Go on to the 3/4 mark. They're at the 3/4 in 1:34 and 1. Into the final turn, on top of the field and showing the way. It's Jasmine's Diamond, now by 2 1/4 lengths. On the outside, Viva Magenta, 3 wide. On the inside, that's I'm Your Romance, fighting back on the inside. Now second and coming on. Into the stretch, less than a 16th to go. It's all Jasmine's Diamond with the lead and drawing away. On second, I'm Your Romance. Third, Viva Magenta.
It's Diamond. Don Irvine Jr. puts it to the young guns, doesn't he?
Oh, boy. Yeah, pretty easily as well. Sat in the 2-hole just about here, just short of the half again, and came first over and took the lead before the 3/4 pole and just kind of drew off at whatever pace he wanted to at that point. She was she's a good little filly there, that Jasmine's Diamond. She raced good.
So that's 2 in a row for Jasmine's Diamond, 9 on the season and just 11 tries. I don't know. It does look like I think when I introduced her, I told everybody in the Buckeye, she just had some bad luck. She doesn't show a whole lot of miscues, but whatever happened to Delaware jarred her a little bit, and she was making a break behind the gate, but has easily come back into form.
I know exactly what happened. Justin tried to leave really aggressively.
Oh, gotcha.
And I would have done the same thing in that spot. Horse needed to be out in front. That was a pretty tough field. But, yeah, congrats to Jasmine's Diamond, Sue Stockwell. So Stu in the barns earlier this morning. I think she might have another one, and if I'm not mistaken, there were a couple of them around where she was.
The one horse.
Yeah.
Kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm Your Romance, I think, held on for second. Is that how you had him cross the wire?
I had her for second, and I think what happened was, she kind of got shuffled back to fourth there for a little bit for just a short amount of time, and then ended up sitting on the rail and just hugged the rail right up and ended up closing really well to get ahead of Viva Magenta for that second place check.
I hope we should listen to the payoffs, because I wonder what our exacta and our try might pay. Went off 11 to 1.
Is that a subtle way of you encouraging me to make some wagers
Of
before
course.
the end of the day?
Of course.
Okay, wonderful.
Somebody's got to spend your money. I'll do it for you. Here's Roger.
Unofficial winner. Second race, home talent Coal Stake 2-year-old filly trot. Number 5, Jasmine's Diamond. Owned by Stu Stockwell of Geneva, Ohio. Gary Martin gets his 28th win this season at the fairs. Don Irvine Jr. in the sulky.
Down, I got 274.
Jasmine's Diamond is a 2-year-old filly, but Muscle Diamond out of Jasmine Volo. Home a winner in 2:03 4/5. A lifetime mark for Jasmine's Diamond. The winner now of 2 in a row in Ohio.
Offs. 460 to win. The exacta. Now look at, did you see that? All one?
Yes, and now it's
And now it's 5 all.
Yeah.
5 all exactas paid $3.
but the
Five-
try
the try
5
was
1
great.
all was
Yeah.
almost $70.
And look at that. All one exacta, $17. That's a little bizarre.
Well,
I'm not
we're
sure
at a
about that
county
one.
fair, right?
Yeah, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's official, though. 5, 1, 4, 3,
Results are official.
6.
Second race. Number 1, I'm Your Romance 2. The 2, Sizzling Marcy 7. The 3, Tom's Crazy Peach 4. The 4, Viva Magenta 3. The 5, Jasmine's Diamond, the winner. The 6, Out of Your Range 5. The 7, Go Get the Money 6. Top down 274 315 6 on the bottom. The quarter 31 and 4. The half 1013. 3/4 134 1. The mile 203 4/5.
You know what? 2:03 and 4 is not a bad time for 2-year-old filly trotters on a
Especially,
half-mile track.
yeah, no, especially they went to the 3/4, 134 and 1.
Yeah, not bad at all. Thanks for tuning in from Central Lake, Michigan, and Urbana and Centerburg. We are always happy to have you guys with us on this third to last session. Well, not session. How many days in Lancaster?
There's 2 in Lancaster, 1 in Dayton, and then 2 here at Coshocton.
Okay, so we're in the final 5.
We are.
It's the high 5 ending the season. Whoop.
I think that is going to make us official, though, for the second. We're going to take a quick break before turning the page on to race 3. The next race, we don't have any changes right now. Hopefully it doesn't look like we should either.
Just a bunch of winners. Just some really good competitive horses coming up in the next one.
But the first division of 3-year-old filly pacers up next. But let's thank our sponsors.
In Ohio, Hickory Lane Farm has the stallions you are looking for, like What the Hill, Uncle Peter, and In Range, as well as Branded by Lindy, Jug Winner Luz Pearlman, Racing Hill, and Guardian Angel Oz. Hickory Lane will offer a host of Ohio sired yearlings this fall, including 6 by In Range, 5 by Uncle Peter, 4 by Guardian Angel Oz, and 1 by What the Hill. Find out more at hickorylanefarm.com.
Hey kids, we invite you to join the Backstretch Buddies Club, a fun and free club for kids 12 and under who love horses and wants to be a part of harness racing in Ohio. Once you've signed up, you will be able to join Willie Winnett and exciting adventures and receive awesome surprises. Sign up today using the QR code.
History, tradition. For over 100 years, 2- and 3-year-old trotters and pacers have started their careers on the tracks of the Home Talent Colt Stakes. See the future stars of Ohio harness racing at one of the Home Talent's 15 tracks. The stars of tomorrow are racing at a track near you today. The Home Talent Colt Stakes. You can't win them if you aren't in them.
Have you heard about Bob? It's the Buckeye Owner Bonus, the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association's new incentive program. The program is for people who purchase yearlings or retain their homebreds out of mares registered and eligible for the OHHA's Breeders' Award program at the upcoming 2025 sales. The total bonus will be 1/2 the amount designated for that year's Breeders' Award program. For more information about the Buckeye Owner Bonus, visit OHHA.com or call 614-221-3650.
Welcome back. Headed next into race number 3 of 11 here at day 1 of 2 of Coshocton County Fair. All ladies today until the Trotting Derby, the Signature Series trot for older trotters.
$1,400,000 worth of winning trotters coming up in that one. That's going to be great.
Of course,
There's
have
Rosie.
hit the very end of our season, as we've been talking about. We're in the last 5 days of all county fair racing, but not just county fairs. We just wrapped up some of the best in Ohio. The Ohio Sire Stakes finals, the championships, both the grade championship, which is more or less the consolation, went Friday night at Dayton, and then Saturday was a huge night of racing. Over $3.6 million was on the line. And man, did they show up and show out.
Was it 5 track records? 4 or 5?
More than that.
Was it more than
that?
that?
More than that. Every single Sire Stake, Scarlet Championship set a track record.
Oh, man.
And then on top of that, we also had the Derbies, the Dayton Derbies, the Grand Circuit. I think they're grade 2 or grade 3.
Grade 2. The trot I know was a grade 2.
Okay.
With Twinbee Joe Fresh.
I think. So let's go with that. Roughly grade 2 Grand Circuit races.
Yeah, the grade 1s are this coming weekend down in Lexington.
The only one, which the consolations, I don't know if anybody stayed long enough to watch the final 2 races of the night. They were fantastic too. The only race, though, kind of in the middle of the card that did not set a track record or a stakes record was the most impressive mile of the night, and that was Lexus Cody.
100%.
Who found himself in a whole lot of traffic once again. But that horse,
Man.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
I've been on him now for 5 in a row, and it's just been such a pleasure to watch. You know, it's when you catch the beginning of a horse that's going to be on a masterful run like that, it's nothing cooler than following him all the way through. I mean, that was great. You know, beginning with the limbs for the Maple Leaf Trot, then winning the trot, then winning at Yonkers. And there was something in between, I think, Yonkers and Dayton.
He won by a dead heat. Was it a
Oh,
Woodbine
yeah, there was
or
a
something?
dead heat. Yep.
I can't
Yep,
remember
there
where
was a
that
dead
was.
heat. Yep, that was at Woodbine.
But he was still a winner. A win is a
Still
win.
a winner, yeah.
But he is by far
Oh, he
the #1 horse in earnings for 2025, especially after that $1 million Yonkers trot. That's going to help you quite a bit.
Yep.
But he was impressive. He was very impressive at the Dayton Derby. But all night long did we have nice horses.
Yep.
It was probably, was it the most expensive race card of Ohio? At least
Yes,
this year. At least this
yes,
year.
in Ohio, 100%. Yep, it definitely was.
And it was interesting.
You know, I'm not really sure that anybody does more than $3.5 million. I know that I'm thinking about it. I mean, even Hambletonian Day, I'm not sure is that big. So yeah, no, listen. That's why everybody's coming here. You know, that's why the prices are all up at the sales, and that's why there's 500 people in the grandstand on a Monday afternoon in Coshocton, because everybody, you know, we've got it all fired up.
I think we are gathering already for the post parade. Race number 3 is a shorter field of 5, but still almost a full gate, I guess I should say. Everybody's going to go home with a check. It's the first division of the sophomore filly Pacers, $4,418. I have no changes if you're following along with the program.
Just one thing to point out about this field: there's 5 horses in here. They've raced a total on the program page of 110 races, 76 times first, second, or third.
This is a nice
70%.
group.
That's a nice group of horses. And let's go to Roger Houston for the post parade.
Driver Carson Conrad. Number 2, Dancing Susie with Chris Hirschberger. Number 3, VH Dancer, the driver David Young, the second. Number 4, Section Line Flame with Emmanuel Miller. And number 5, Pink Jammies, Drew Neal in the sulky.
Love that girl.
So here we go. First division of these sophomore filly Pacers on the rail. Maddie's Delight, Carson Conrad, and Stevie Carter of this lather up filly. Coming off a second place finish in the Buckeye at Delaware. Paced her mile there in 1:52.4. Final quarter 28.4. Maddie's Delight has hit the board 16 times this season, 10 wins in 18 starts. She's made almost $60,000, but even last year she was even more impressive as a freshman. Lifetime, she has earned $153,000 and took a mark last year at Scioto in 1:53.4.
I just got to mention something. You know, when we look at the programs, if you are a handicapper, you're looking to see how fast a horse can go when they go from the fairs to Delaware, you know, which obviously is still a fair. But Maddie's Delight with those 10 wins, you know, had a mark of 54 at Northfield earlier in the season. But at the fair tracks, you know, it's 59, 2 minutes, 2:03, 58, 1:52.4
Right.
with Yannick Gingras up at the Delaware County Fair. They were flying last week. Number 2 is Dancing Susie. Chris Hirschberger trains and drives, owned by the CNC Stables. 20 starts, 14 out of 20 in the money. Impressive $39,000 in earnings at a mark of 156. Just beat by a nose by Pink Jammies last time out at Dover, but raced great in 159. Previous to that, was a second at Ashland and a win at Worcester in 2:02.
The 3, David Young, the second for Tim Van Horn, who also owns VH Dancer. This is a black dancing Yankee filly. Another one coming off a second place finish, but this time at Dover. Looks like she raced great. She found herself 3 wide on the backside and came home not as fast as maybe the lines would have made you believe, but she still paced her mile in 2:01.2. Her lifetime mark was set earlier this year at Piketon in 2 minutes and 3/5. She's had 2 wins in 15 starts and $18,000 on the year for VH Dancer.
The 4 is Section Line Flame. Herman Hagerman trains. Manny Miller in the bike. Hagerman and Reeves share ownership. This is a Catch the Fire filly from the Major and Art Mare Section Line Aqua. 18 out of 25 in the money this year. $39,000 in earnings. Nice, impressive win at Delaware out of a second-tier 10-hole with Manny to close out the card on Wednesday evening. Paid $38. No, I didn't bet him. But the horse race really great from the 10-hole at Delaware.
And the 5 Pink Jammies, you can't miss her with all that neon pink out there. Rosie Weaver and Drew Neal was a winner last go out by just a nose at Dover, but went her mile 159 flat. I think back at Delaware, she was just in the fair stakes there, but she started from the second tier in the 9-hole, and that just got her. She just wasn't. She couldn't. You had some traffic.
Yeah,
she had some traffic to deal with. But she still paced her mile up there at 156 and 2. Hit the board 17 of 22 starts this year, $48,000 in 2025. However, lifetime she has earned $136,000 under Rosie Weaver.
Let's take it up to Roger Houston for the call. This afternoon's third race, 3-year-old filly Pacers, first division of 3, $4,418.
The gate swings into the stretch, and here they come. They're off and pacing that Section Line Flame, going for the lead on the outside. On the inside, Maddie's Delight. Racing third, that's Dancing Susie. Into the turn fourth, it's VH Dancer, and treading the field, Pink Jammies. Down the backside, going to the first quarter mark. On top, Section Line Flame and Emmanuel Miller, but not for long. Maddie's Delight and Carson Conrad up on the outside to take command at the first quarter. Opening quarter in 29 and 3. Into the turn. Racing next comes Dancing Susie. On the outside, Pink Jammies now third and moving up on the leaders. Coming to the outside, VH Dancer. We got 3 in, 2 out at the 3/8 mark. Into the lane first time, coming to the halfway station. The leader is Maddie's Delight, showing the way. Section Line Flame right there second at the halfway point. Halfway home in 58 and 3. Into the turn they go. Section Line Flame racing second. Dancing Susie is third. Pink Jammies go on the long mile on the outside. Now third and continue to close on the leader. Trailing the field, VH Dancer. Down the backside, going to the 3-quarter mark. Maddie's Delight shows the way. Section Line Flame right there second. Racing third on the inside. It's a race over to the 3/4 in 1:30 flat. Into the final turn, the leader is Maddie's Delight by a length and a quarter. Section Line Flame is there second. Racing third, Dancing Susie. Pink Jammies on the outside fourth. The trailer is VH Dancer. Into the stretch, less than an 8 to go in Ohio. It's Maddie's Delight and Carson Conrad showing the way and opening up by 3.5. Racing second, Section Line Flame. Dancing Susie was third.
14 days, 1, 2. Pitches 1, 4, 2. Unofficial.
I don't think we're not.
And 1.
There we go.
There we go.
158 and 1. Not towards the track record time at all, but that was still a nice mile put up.
Nice mile, yep.
And I mentioned when we even got to the opening quarter in 29 and 3, I was like, that is not near as fast as this group can go.
No,
not in any capacity.
Absolutely not.
Pretty easy win there for Maddie's Delight.
And that'll happen sometimes when the 3 to 5 favorites on the rail. You know, nobody's going to push, and they know they're going to get overtaken. Actually, it's not really a bad time to try to go out.
Right.
You know, it's not.
And that's what I thought Drew was going to try to do there with Pink Jammies. And I really thought we're just talking to Rosie when we did our freshman focus earlier in the year. I didn't know much about this filly at all. She was impressive last year. She still made a lot of money this year, but she acts like a mare.
She's sluggish.
And she acts like a mare in the barn. I don't think she's a little difficult to deal with. She's very lazy. and you could definitely see it on the back. So I think she got a little tired there.
Yeah.
But she's lazy, and you really got to get after her. And I thought there going into the final turn that she was going to pick the bit back up for Drew.
Yeah, it looked like it when she came around the last turn past the 3/4 pole. She was rocketing in there. Yeah.
But you really can't take away from our winner, though. She was untouchable last year in the Buckeye all throughout the season, and she's still been a very nice one this year. And like you said, right when we went off, that she could have been and should have been the easy winner here.
Yeah.
Should get our winner circle presentation in just a moment. I think it's 1-4, maybe. Yep, we are official already. So
Number 1, Maddie's Delight, owned by the SCP Stable Incorporated of Canton, Georgia. Steve Carter with his 47th win at the fairs this season. Carson Conrad, win number 46. 3-year-old filly by Lather Up at a Moonlight Delight. Home winner in 1:58 1/5. Results are official. The 1, Maddie's Delight, the winner. The 2, Dancin' Susie, 3. The 3, VH Dancer, 5. The 4, Section Line Flame, 2. The 5, Pink Jammies, 4. Top down, 1, 3, 5, 2, 4 on the bottom. The quarter, 29 3. The half, 58 3. 3/4, 130. The mile, 1:58 1/5.
3/4 of 130, came home in 28 3. Nice. Pretty impressive mile. 58 1. Came home in 28 1. Wow. That's the speed we were looking for from everybody else in the race, you know?
right, and that was just the first division of those girls. So we'll see what the next one can do.
Got a couple more coming there. 4th race is coming up next. That's going to be our first division of 3-year-old filly trotters. Let's see how they do compared to the 2-year-olds. We're going to take a short break, and we'll be back with some info on these fine ladies in just a couple of minutes.
Midland Acres is proud to stand the prominent stallions, TCI, Long Tom, Ready for Money, Monty Mickey, Summa Cum Laude, and Bit of a Legend. With such great pedigree and speed in the stallion barn, Midland Acres will provide a diverse group of top yearlings in the sale ring for 2025. Visit us this fall at our consignments at the Blooded Horse Sale on August 26th, the Ohio Select Jug Sale on September 12th, and the Lexington Select Sale on September 29th through October 3rd. Let Midland Acres' experience in the industry lead you to the winner's circle.
Do you want your horse to shine in the winner's circle? Feed DAC Oil. It makes a world of difference.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
Who feeds your need for new ideas for your family's best farm future? Ohio Farm Bureau. We work with our members to shape ag policy that will positively impact our industry. Farm Bureau is advancing business solutions to give you a competitive advantage. We help you gather information to stay ahead of important topics and technologies. Plus, Ohio Farm Bureau creates opportunities for growth. Ohio Farm Bureau, feeding your need for new ideas.
We're
Beautiful
back.
day, isn't it?
Cloud cover's kind of cooled it off a couple of degrees.
We got
Very
a nice.
thankful for that.
So we got a nice big grandstand, and it is full of people, which makes it that much warmer. But our sides, the sides of the grandstand and the back of the grandstand are all
enclosed.
There's zero air
Yeah, there's
movement.
no movement up here.
Delaware was hot this week, or this year too. Whew.
Yeah, it was warm.
We had such a weird August during my fair. So Champaign County, Urbana was chilly. It was cool.
It was cool.
Then when we first opened up at the very beginning of August, and then we had like this weird, don't they call it like an Indian summer? It was like the opposite of an Indian summer.
Yeah, that's what it was in August. You're right. It was cool, and now it is back up, and I think it's supposed to be like the 80s the next couple of days, and then 70s later on in the week. But you know, and it's interesting up here, the top of the trees really haven't changed at this point. But on the way out here, coming up that beautiful country road from Columbus up to Coshocton on Highway 16. You can see a little bit of color on the top of some of the trees, but it's in a stall mode right now with these 80-degree temperatures. So end of October will be perfect as always here in Ohio. Thanks for watching from wherever you are. We sure do appreciate it. Up in Eaton, Ohio, and a couple of rows behind us here in the grandstand. And Doug Ballinger is watching with us this afternoon. Good afternoon, Doug. Cardington, Ohio. Thank you all so much. Some nice racing. We're up to the 4th race here coming up.
Did you you mentioned Highway 16? That's how I got over here this morning too.
Yeah.
And I did notice a few of the trees. They were starting to get some color on them. But I also passed the world's largest basket.
Yeah, did you see that
I've never
before?
seen it before.
Oh, you had.
And I saw it from distance. I was like, what? It's like, oh, that's what it's is it pronounced? What is it? Longaberger baskets or something?
It. Yeah.
I cannot say that my mother was the collection type, so I did not have any growing up. Closed up for a while.
It's been closed up for a while. It is a really cool building, though, and that family, they own a ton of property out in that area, including a couple of beautiful golf courses that are out that way still. And, where was I? So I mentioned to you that I stopped in, I asked you whether or not you knew about the Erie Canal,
yes.
right? So I had a meeting early this morning in Massillon, and I had a couple of hours to kill. So I went to Roscoe Village for the first time, which is just up here about 3 or 4 miles on the north side of Coshocton. And there's a little museum there and a village. It's a barbecue place. And a village that has a bunch of historical stuff, and inside there's a whole thing about the Erie Canal and the fact that, and I didn't know this till yesterday, one of my coworkers mentioned it to me, the Erie Canal used to run from Lake Erie through Ohio all the way down to the Ohio River in Portsmouth until 1913. And I mean, and it went everywhere. It was 90 feet deep and 15 feet wide. And most of the boats were 14 feet, and they said that was good because when it was turbulent, they didn't have far to be able to bank. Yeah, it kind of controlled it a little bit. Yeah. Roger's getting them all lined up here for the 4th, 3-year-old filly trotters.
That's one thing Roger's good at. We get them out, we get them in order.
Get them in order and keep them moving.
Filly trot. $4,369. The 1 From Beyond with Lanny Merriman. Number 2, Peter Butter Cupcake with Emmanuel Miller. Number 3, Whispering Breeze, the driver Drew Neal. The 4, Flirtini with John Ryan Melsheimer. Number 5, Super Alexandra, Eamon Hirschberger. And number 6, Queen Catherine W, Alex Hawk in the sulky.
First division of 3-year-old filly trotters, $4,369 on the rail. From Beyond, Lanny Merriman trains and drives this Flex the Muscle filly. Coming off of a 3rd place finish at Dover, however, she was back quite a few lengths, still trotted her mile in 2:05.1. She's had 24 lifetime starts, 15 have come this year. She still is looking to break the maiden, but lifetime she's made about 7,500. Looks like she will make the occasional miscue. Both at Ashland and Worcester, she was making a break pretty early on in the race.
Number 2, Peter Butter Cupcake, Manny Miller for Art Gillum Jr., Chad Stone, Herbert Hall share ownership. This is an Uncle Peter filly from the Master Levesque mare ML Cupcake. 24 starts this year, 14 out of 24 on the money. Highest money earner in the field at about $37,000 and a mark of 58-2 at Northfield. They bought this one for $33,000. Lifetime is up to $45,000. And outside of a break up at Delaware on opening day of Jug Week, it's Sunday the 15th, from the $20,000 Buckeye Stallion Series. This one's got nothing but first and seconds for the last 6 starts.
The 3, Drew Neal to drive now. Whispering Breeze for Herman Hagerman. This is a Long Tom filly. Had a break last time out at Dover, but the last win came wire to wire at Findlay in 2:05 and 2. 4 wins and 14 seasonal starts, almost $20,000 made this year, with a lifetime mark set at Wilmington in 2 minutes and 4/5.
The 4 is Flirtini. John Ryan Melsheimer trains and drives Melrose Stable. This is a What the Hill filly from the Donato Hanover mare. She likes to dance. 9 starts, a win, 2 seconds, and a third. A little over $9,300 in earnings and a mark of 204 and 4. Just a couple of weeks back at Old Washington. This one's been pretty solid despite a break at Dover. Ended up in a 4th place finish. Had a second at Old Washington, but again bumped up to first there for the win. 3rd at McConnellsville and 2nd at Mansfield. So all over the board here.
The 5, Amon Hirschberger trains and drives Super Alexandria. This is a full count filly. I don't see that breeding too often anymore, especially in our younger ones to go. Coming off of a win at Dover in 2:01 and 1. Looks like she raced. She tried to make it happen in the Buckeye Stallion Series up there at Delaware. Sat in the pocket. Well, actually, no, she was parked out the whole mile.
Yeah, 57.
Oh, she had a tough. She got tired.
Her out. Yeah,
she got so tired.
Yep,
That's why she
did.
came back and won her next start.
That's
right?
exactly right. That's exactly right. I'm never doing that again.
Super Alexandria has had 5 wins and 12 starts, $23,000 made. Took a mark earlier this year at Scioto and won 57 and 3.
And the 6 is Queen Catherine W. Alex Hawk for Earl Owings. Richard Owings owns along Tom filly. The Master Levesque mare, Queen of Levesque. 9 starts this year. We've talked about this one before, you and I, Ashley. Has not made it past the gate without a break. So let's see whether or not Alex and Mr. Owings have figured out something to keep this one flat. Let's go up to Roger Houston for the call of the 4th.
They're off and trotting. That's Peter Butter Cupcake on the inside. Gets away first. Whispering Breeze racing second. Up on the outside. Racing third, it's Super Alexandra. Getting away 4th into the turn, Flirtini. Racing up 5th on the outside, Queen Catherine W. And trailing the field from beyond. Down the backside, going to the first quarter mark. On top of the field, Emmanuel Miller and Peter Butter Cupcake takes them over to the quarter in 30 seconds flat. Into the turn, Whispering Breeze right there second, racing third, Super Alexandra, racing 4th, Flirtini, gapped out 5th, Queen Catherine W, trailing the field from beyond. Straight alignment at the 3/8 mark. Into the lane first time, coming to the halfway station. On top of the field, Peter Butter Cupcake brings them over to the halfway point. Whispering Breeze right there second, racing third, that's Super Alexandra at the halfway point in 59 flat. As they race around the turn, go onto the backside. The leader is Peter Butter Cupcake on top by 3 lengths and opening up with every stride. Whispering Breeze is there second, trying to keep up. Racing third, Super Alexandra down the backside, going to the 3/4 mark. Flirtini's on the move on the outside 4th. Peter Butter Cupcake takes him to the 3/4 in 1:29 and 4. Midway around the final turn, Peter Butter Cupcake has the lead by 7 lengths. Racing second on the outside. Flirtini coming on, but they won't catch the leader. On the move on the outside, that is Super Alexandra. 1/8 of a mile to go into the stretch. Coming for the payoff. Peter Butter Cupcake has the lead by 10 lengths now. Flirtini is there second. It's all Peter Butter Cupcake. Flirtini second, home third, Super Alexandra.
I didn't mark anything during the race. I was just so focused on watching the 6.
Well, we'll see if we'll get a final mile time.
Yeah.
I think he's getting back. Maybe not. Maybe
Maybe not.
I can't tell. I hate to talk over him, you know.
I know. We are very respectful of that.
But that was very easily Peter Butter Cupcake, wasn't it? All Manny Miller, and that was for Art Gillum Jr., our trainer, has raced so tough her last 2 starts out. I mean, both at Dover and Delaware, she found herself 3 wide on the backside both starts, and she has just made it easy.
Yeah.
Made it easy today.
Yeah. This will be an interesting exacta. The 4-horse cut up for second, I think, is 30-1, longest shot on the board here.
That horse I saw for the first time, maybe, well, what would have been? I saw her at Old Washington, and I liked her there. I think she's starting to come, starting to come into herself a lot. Her last start at Dover, I think, ran into some bad luck. She must not have been minding her manners at all. But I noticed because I like her name.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
But then she raced pretty good at Old Washington. She was second place first with some, I think it was pylon stuff or something was going on. But she really made a move on the backside here. Our 6-horse Queen Catherine W, I think, stayed on to get a check. Almost stayed flat the whole mile. Alex kept her off the gate, and I thought maybe that was a problem. Maybe she was just still getting rattled, because we actually had a 2-year-old this year do the same thing, who's been a really, really nice colt. Actually ended up 4th in the Gray Championship, so made us some money.
Yeah.
But it's the gate. The gate just rattles him.
Winner of the Home Talent Colt Stake, 3-year-old Philly Trot. Trophy by All Win Electric. Number 2, Peter Butter Cupcake, owned by Chad Sloan of Xenia, Ohio. Herbert Hall of Beaver Creek, Ohio. Art Gillum Jr., the trainer. Emmanuel Miller in the sulky. 3-year-old filly by Uncle Peter out of MI Cupcake. A winner, 2 minutes flat. Results are official. Number 1, From Beyond, 6. Number 2, Peter Butter Cupcake, the winner. The 3, Whispering Breeze, 4. The 4, Flirtini, 2. The 5, Super Alexandra, 3. The 6, Queen Catherine W, 5. Top down, 6, 1, 4, 2, 3, 5 on the bottom. The quarter, 30. The half, 59. 3/4, 129.4. The mile, 2 minutes flat. For those that are curious, the track record for trotters is 158, 2/5.
Okay. Peter Butter Cupcake with an easy win for Manny Miller and Art Gillum. That's 4 wins and 25 starts. And now 15 out of 25 in the money. And with that win, earnings up just under or just over $39,000, which is pretty nice. Bred here in Ohio and by Doug Miller up in Ontario, Canada. 5th race is next. 3-year-old fillies. It'll be our 2nd division. Purse of $4,418. Anything to add?
I do not.
Adios. We'll be back after these messages.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at BigDWeb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year, providing advanced specialty care for sports horses from all stages and disciplines. Our expert team of boarded surgeons and sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sports horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661. Dublin Valley Farms, home of Volstead Sire of 2024 Ohio Horse of the Year Sugar Instead. Also standing at Dublin Valley Farms, Slay, a promising young son of Chapter 7 and Coach K Hanover by world record holder Walner. Looking for your next winner? Dublin Valley Farms and our clients are offering an exciting lineup of yearlings with current and fashionable pedigrees. Available at public auctions this year. Backed by a team that cares, Dublin Valley Farms, Fredericksburg, Ohio.
We're back here in beautiful Coshocton with a tree-lined backstretch and some hills and dales and smartphone towers on the top of the hills. All the things that go along with the countryside. It was so funny before we got started, just so to share this, I heard Roger Houston say, "Michael, can you hear me okay up there? Can you hear me okay up there?" And I saw a gentleman out in the tower in the infield where we usually expect to see whoever's doing the announcing. And then so I'm giving a guy out there a thumbs up, and he's looking at me probably like, what is this guy giving me a thumbs up for? And I turn around, and Roger's sitting behind me. Roger Houston was, I'm sure this probably got talked about since Jug Week ended, but Roger has given the calling of the Jugette and the Jug to Jason Settlemore, who I think is probably fair to say is somewhat of a protege of Roger's.
Yeah.
And a really, really good friend indeed for many, many years. And I thought Jason did a great job calling those races. But Roger had a lot of interviews and exposure on social media last week between, our interview with Frank and Wendy Ross's interview with USTA, and I think there was something else.
Yeah, there were a lot
few.
of things.
And I went up to him when I saw him here when he almost tapped me on the shoulder to tell me he was behind me. But I went up and I said to him that I thought he was as gracious, straightforward, honest, sincere about every single aspect of what he talked about, regardless of who was doing the interview and doing Jug Week. It was just not an easy situation for him.
No,
to make
for
those
a lot
decisions.
of us even. We don't know a Jug or Jugette without Roger.
Yeah.
Without Roger.
No, it's true. And I just think he handled it like he pretty much does everything else, like a true pro.
And that's what he was very open about, not wanting to know it was his last time.
Yeah.
He had been planning it for the last few years, but he didn't want the pressure of this is my very last Jug call. So that is why this year was not it.
Yeah.
We just said last year, caps it off. Actually, when I found out, Frank told me first, and then Roger pulled me aside a few days before, and I got pretty emotional with him too.
Oh, yeah.
I really did.
No, I get it.
When I wasn't expecting it, I've just worked with Roger for 4 years now, and I really didn't know him very well before that at all.
Right. You guys worked in the office together,
yep,
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I've gotten to know Roger pretty well over some years, but it's just odd. I don't know.
I know.
Kind of coming to terms with that our sport has aged.
Yeah.
And we have to mentor the upcoming. My generation, that's upcoming, and just it was, I don't know. I wish I could describe why it moved me the way that it did, but it did.
Well, there's a lot of sincerity in it and a lot of history in it, and for those of us that have connections, or in your case even deeper roots through this historically and through family, I get it. It's easy to understand.
Race 5 slowly gathering here. Just a field of 5 for the second division of 3-year-old filly pacers. We had a very nice mile put up by the first group. So let's get introduced to this one.
Trophy of Norman Farms, heritage time 1:56.4. The 1, Song Somewhere, Logan Ebersole. The 2, Crosswind Sweet Pea, Drew Neal. The 3, Big Bad Beach Bunny, Emmanuel Miller. The 4, Kylie Cash, Harvey Hirschberger. And number 5, Midnight Western, Timothy Johnson in the sulky.
Very quick post parade there,
yeah,
wasn't
it? Was. Yes, it was.
Would you like to introduce us to the
Sure, why
rowers?
not? From the rail out, number 1 is Song Somewhere. Logan Ebersole on the bike for Isaiah Shrake. I saw Isaiah in the barn this morning, and Song Somewhere was behaving nicely. This is a Bring on the Beach filly by the Yankee Cruiser mare Surf Song. 20 starts this year. 1 win, 5 seconds, 2/3. Just under $16,000 in earnings. Had a sloppy qualifier for the best time of the year, 202-1 up at Northfield. It raced in Northfield last week with $9,000 in non-winners. The 4th place finish and an impressive 156-1. Previous to that at Dover, Ashland, and Worcester was 5th, 4th, and 2nd.
Our 2-horse Drew Neal Crosswind Sweepy. Gonna be trained by Ryan Deaton. This is a Western Vintage filly. She's been starting most recently at Northfield and the fairs. Wow, not fairs. Filly and mare. Looks like 1,500 non-winners of 2. Had a 5th place finish there in 58 flat final quarter, 29-3. 4 wins, 8 seconds, and 4 third-place finishes, and 25 seasonal starts. This year, she's made almost $33,000 in a lifetime mark set earlier this year at Northfield in 159-2.
Number 3, Big Bad Beach Bunny. Corey Diamond from Manny Miller and the bike. Down by the Seaside filly out of the Big Bad John mare, Big Bad Bretta. 10 starts, includes 4 wins in the 3rd. Cap Equine and Corey Diamond are the owners here. 158-1 at Northfield, $13,000 in earnings.
And our 4-horse, Harvey Hirschberger, now slated to drive Kylie Cash for Betty Clegg. This is a Fear the Dragon out of an Always a Virgin mare. Kimber, of course, does own. Most recently at Dover, had a 2nd place finish, but I want to talk about the start at Delaware. She got up to get a check just in the fair stakes, but she paced her mile at 156 flat. She's had 5 wins, 7 seconds, and 8 third-place finishes in 32 tries, $96,000 made lifetime.
And number 5 is Midnight Western. Timothy Johnson drives. David Warnstaff trains and owns from Ashley, Ohio, a Western Vintage filly from the Feelin' Frisky mare, Midnight in Autumn. It's had 9 starts this year, just 2 third-place finishes so far, and last year was a little bit better, 9 out of 10 with a market 202 and 16,000. And those are your 3-year-old filly pacers. A lot of people walking across that racetrack when we get close to post time here, but I think there's security down there.
There are police officers on both sides to help direct traffic.
Good.
So at least that is taken care of, but
Yeah.
I've noticed too. We do have a lot of parking in the infield, and that is the reason. But at least they're taking precautions and having gates and people directing
Yeah,
traffic.
we're always keeping our eye on everything. We got a lot to
got
look at
to,
around
right?
here. Yeah, we do. Horses are at the top of the very long and wide far turn. You're right, Ashley.
It is.
You know, it starts before where a turn would normally start. Got to pull up the aerial view of this and see what that looks like. 3-year-old filly pacers, $4,418, up to Roger Houston for the call of the 5th.
They're off and pacing. That's Big Bad Beach Bunny. Fast out of the gate to the top. Kylie Cash, 2nd on the outside. Getting away 3rd. Song Somewhere. Racing 4th. The end of the turn. As they race over to the first 8, it's Crosswind Sweet Pea and trailing the field, Midnight Western. Down the backside they go. Big Bad Beach Bunny on top by a length and 3/4. Racing 2nd is Sung Somewhere at the quarter in 29-1. Into the turn they go. Kylie Cash pacing 3rd, racing 4th, Crosswind Sweet Pea. The trailer is Midnight Western as they race over to the 3/8 mark. All in straight alignment as they race into the lane first time, coming to the halfway station. On top of the field and showing the way, Big Bad Beach Bunny by a length and 1/4. Song Somewhere right there 2nd at the halfway point. Halfway home in 59-2. Into the turn they go. Racing 3rd, Kylie Cash. Out and moving on the outside 4th as they race around the turn. That is Crosswind Sweet Pea. Now 3rd, moving up with each and every stride. Trailing the field, Midnight Western. Down the backside, going to the 3/4 mark. On top of the field, Big Bad Beach Bunny, unchallenged as yet, leads by a length and 3/4. 3/4 in 1:30 3/5. Around the final turn, Song Somewhere is there second. Kylie Cash racing third. Up on the outside, now fourth, now third. Midnight Western and dropping out of it. Crosswind Sweet Pea. Less than an eighth of a mile to go in Ohio. On top of the field and drawn away with each and every stride. It's all Big Bad Beach Bunny and Emmanuel Miller. On second, Midnight Western over Song Somewhere.
Nicely done. Way to go, guys. Stay on that heater. Awesome.
159 1/5. Big Bad Beach Bunny.
Big Bad Beach Bunny.
Very easy for Manny Miller. That's going to be the first training victory, however, for the day for Corey, and the second driving victory for Manny. I was impressed by the 5-horse. Look at his lines.
Yeah, the fact
Her
that
line,
horse,
excuse me,
yeah,
yeah.
that she came in second against
Yes,
this field.
race.
Yeah, pretty
race
impressive.
Good.
Yep.
Going out of the what would have been the third turn.
Yeah.
Technically, going out of the third turn here. I didn't think Tim could get her out because she looks like a big filly
She
too.
does look like a big girl.
Just from
yeah.
where we're sitting, and I didn't think he was going to get her out and be able to go anywhere. But she really came into gear going in that final turn.
She did. Midnight Western, the second place finish. And I had Song Somewhere third, which didn't surprise me, coming off of that 56 and 1 mile at Northfield.
That is 5 in a row for Big Bad Beach Bunny. Scratched out of Ashland, but before that was quite on a streak. And so that makes 5 in a row for this down by the Seaside filly. And what a nice weekend Seaside's, of course, had when it comes to our sire stakes as well.
Circle. Number 3, Big Bad Beach Bunny. Ombacap Equine Estates of Youngstown, Ohio, and Corey Dayerman of Youngstown. Corey Dayerman gets his 30th win this season at the fairs. Emmanuel Miller, winning drive number 91. The 3-year-old filly, but down by the Seaside, and Big Bad Beretta, home winner in 159 1/5. 4, Big Bad Beach Bunny. 5 in a row in Ohio. And for Emmanuel Miller, back-to-back with 2 in a row at Coshocton, Ohio. Results are official. Number 1, Song Somewhere, 3. Number 2, Crosswind Sweet Pea, 5. The 3, Big Bad Beach Bunny, the winner. The 4, Kylie Cash, 4. The 5, Midnight Western, 2. Top down, 3, 5, 1, 4, 2 on the bottom. The quarter, 29 and 1. The half, 59 and 2. 3/4, 130 and 3. The mile, 159 1/5.
28 and 3.
There we go. Official for the 5th. We are almost halfway through.
46%.
We do have 11 total to bring you today. Up next is race number 6, the second division of 2-year-old filly trotters. A full field of 7 to bring to you if you're following along with the program. Right now, I only have one change, but I know there will be a second. So I'll hold off on that. We'll let you go to commercial, and then hopefully we can report exactly who is going to drive what in just a moment.
Cool Winds Farm is one of Ohio's premier standardbred breeding farms. Cool Winds stands the popular Dancin' Yankee, jug winner Southwind Aussie, and the royally bred Western Fame. Cool Winds Farm is proud to present our yearling consignments at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway on Friday, September 12th, and at the Standardbred Horse Sale in Harrisburg during the cool winds of November.
Wallem Racing has been racing and breeding winners for over 5 decades, specializing in the development of young horses racing in Ohio. We are currently looking for new partnership opportunities as the fall sales approach. Our facilities feature a half-mile all-weather track, a sand track, beautiful turnouts, and everything that is needed to set your next quarter filly up for success. Want to own your next resource and have fun doing it? If so, contact us today and join in on the thrill of Ohio harness racing.
Have you heard about Bob? It's the Buckeye Owner Bonus, the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association's new incentive program. The program is for people who purchase yearlings or retain their homebreds out of mares registered and eligible for the OHHA's Breeders' Award program at the upcoming 2025 sales. The total bonus will be 1/2 the amount designated for that year's Breeders' Award program. For more information about the Buckeye Owner Bonus, visit OHHA.com or call 614-221-3650.
Sixth race coming up next here at the Coshocton County Fair, on the south side of Coshocton, Ohio, close to Roscoe Village. Get a chance to learn some history up there today. It was pretty cool. 2-year-old fillies. This is the second and final division of 2 races with a purse of $7,584. And some comments here. Yes, Lexus Cody, Big Ranger, Irvin Hanover, and Twinbee Joe Fresh were all huge at that monster night at Dayton on Saturday, $3.6 million. And keep an eye on Alyssa Hanover. She's a lady in the barn of Annie Stobie. Annie has primarily been back east, but she's out here now and will be racing her horses at the Grand Circuit in Lexington this weekend, where I am not working, but I will be attending and enjoying. Yes, ma'am. Okie dokie. All righty. We had a Triple Crown winner. Was it Ronnie? Was it Ronnie? Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah. And how emotional was he? He's so cool. Yeah. Right. On sugar instead, yes. Ronnie. Unbelievable. Right. $7 million. Yeah, he's made a budge. It's got over 300. It has to have. Oh, I think more. Yeah. Yeah, he sure is.
Like Dalton, he's Ronnie said. I think he gets himself
Remember the name. Oh, wow.
He's known as a Hamilton trotter for a long time. However their duo works, they've figured it out. So congratulations to that. The Ohio Triple Crown is incredible, so they just part of the hell of it.
Sure.
So sweet.
Yep.
Second leg can kind of depends on
Move
the
around.
final.
Right. Right. He is a soft-spoken, straightforward gentleman, and always enjoy talking to him. We had him on the air about 2 years ago up here during a race. Somebody said, hey, when do you want to do your interview? And I said, what interview? They said, Ronnie Gillespie's coming up here. I'm like, well, get him up here. Let's talk to him. Very cool guy.
And he's very knowledgeable. And I remember probably 4 years ago, now I was hanging out with him after Delaware and just kind of, are we going the post parade? We're going the post.
Number 5, Princess Caroline with Drew Neal. And number 6, Leave 'em Lucille, Logan Ebersole. And number 7, Town Gal, Ed Greeno Jr. in the sulky horse.
Sorry, Roger.
Well, they say is the one horse even out? I'm not even sure who's driving the one horse because Drew is on the 5. So who was that?
Looks like Manny.
Manny?
Yeah. Yep, I think
All
it's
right.
Manny.
Apologies that we missed that
Sorry,
a little
guys.
bit. We have no call to post, and I was kind of expecting our horses they've been parading together so well.
Yeah.
I was expecting them to gather.
I don't know what busted them up. Yeah, we wait for them to line up when Roger's calling, and they never did. So, yeah, from the rail out, Ashley.
It looks like Manny Miller is going to drive the 1 Supreme Dance for Rosie Weaver, a full count filly coming off a wire-to-wire win at Dover in 2:06.1. Final quarter there, 29-2. She's hit the board 15 of 17 tries this season, including 10 wins. She's made over $40,000 this year. A lifetime mark was set at Athens at 2:05.1, but these fair tracks, it's hard to say how fast they're really going to go, right?
Absolutely. The 2 is French Mocha, Kenneth Hurst on the bike. He trains as well and leases this one. And we're a safe filly from the Ken Workington mare, Kendora. 12 starts this year, just 1 third-place finish. He's earned a little over $4,100, and it's been 5th and 5th and 5th last 3 times out. I'm not sure what the deal is here. Sometimes it just takes the 2-year-old filly trotters a little while longer to get it together.
I'll tell you. So Kenny is at Urbana, so I've been able to see this horse every once in a while. She wants so badly. I think she wants to put it together. I think she needs a year.
Got it.
She needs a year. She needs maturity. I didn't watch her last start at Dover to know why she made a break, but she was making some odd breaks really early in the season. I think she wants to be a good trotter, but she has to be able to have the time to mature.
She's got some good breeding, so hopefully she can come back strong as a 3-year-old.
Our 3-horse Dublin's Louise Alex Hawk for Buck Owens. This is an Enterprise filly. 3 back was a winner wire-to-wire at McConnellsville in 2:04.3. 3 wins, 4 seconds, 3 third-place finishes, and 12 seasonal starts. Almost $25,000 made under Earl's training. Has a lifetime mark at that McConnellsville win, actually, in 2:04.3.
The 4 is Dream of Charlotte. Jason Thompson in the bike for Eli Miller. All Trot Stable out of West Farmington is the owner here. This is an Uncle Peter filly out of the Yankee Glide mare Dream of Royalty. It's had 13 starts this year, 10 out of 13 in the money. Includes 3 wins, 2 seconds, and 5 thirds. Just under $18,000 in earnings, a mark of 206 at Canton, close by. This one was 3rd last week at Dover, was 4th previous to that at Ashland, and 3rd at Old Washington. So a check every week for the last 5 weeks.
Princess Carolyn is the 5, Drew Neal and Rosie Weaver. This is a creatine filly out of a credit winner mare. Has won 3 in a row, looking to go 4 in a row here today. Delaware, I shouldn't say stepped it up, but did start in the stakes. The fair stakes at Delaware went wire to wire there out of the 7 hole and 158.3 final quarter, 29-3. 4 wins and 11 tries, 32,000 made.
The 6, Leave 'em Lucille. Ray Crawford trains. Logan Ebersole on the bike. Susan Coachilla and Raymond Crawford share ownership. This is a What the Hill filly from the RC Royalty mare, Pure Royalty. 7 starts this year. 2 seconds, 2 thirds, 4,700 in earnings. Scratched at Dover. Previous to that, a second at Worcester and a third at Burton.
Starting from the second tier is the 7, Town Gal. Ed Greeno Jr. trains and drives another creatine filly. 4 back was a wire-to-wire winner at Findlay in 207-1. She's hit the board 7 times, including 2 wins and 13 tries this season. $16,000 made. Looks like does have a best beaten time that I can see of 2:05 flat though. Here's
Roger Houston.
Roger.
Will call the 6th.
They're off and trotting. That Supreme Dance going right out for the early lead. Up on the outside, Dream of Charlotte is there second. Into the turn third is Dublin's Louise. Racing up on the outside, Princess Carolyn is now third. Now second and going forward on the outside. Racing fifth is Town Gal, and trailing the field, Leave 'em Lucille. Down the backside they go. On top, Princess Carolyn takes them over to the first quarter mark. Opening quarter in 30 1/5. Into the turn, racing second is Dream of Charlotte. Racing third, Supreme Dance. Around the turn fourth, Dublin's Louise. Off stride, that is Town Gal. Trailing the field on the outside, Leave 'em Lucille now fifth. Into the lane first time, coming to the halfway point. On top of the field and showing the way, Princess Carolyn takes them over to the halfway point. Halfway home in 1 minute flat. Into the turn, Dream of Charlotte is there second. On the move on the outside, Dublin's Louise now second. Here comes Supreme Dance. Drew Neal moving up on the outside with cover fourth as they race over to the 5/8 mark. Racing fifth, Leave 'em Lucille, and the trailer is Town Gal. Down the backside they go. Princess Carolyn with the lead. Dublin's Louise on the outside second. Supreme Dance tips 3 wide down the backside at the 3/4 mark in 1:32 4. Midway around the final turn, it's Princess Carolyn with the lead. Supreme Dance second on the outside. Inside third is Dream of Charlotte. 1/8 of a mile to go in Ohio. It's Princess Carolyn bringing them into the stretch. Supreme Dance on the outside second. Inside Dream of Charlotte. Through the lane, it's all Princess Carolyn and Drew Neal. Home second, Supreme Dance. Dream of Charlotte was third.
It's a Rover.
4 1/5.
10 what?
2:04 1/5, I believe. So that was the Weaver Exacta.
Yeah. Rosie Weaver with the Exacta there. Princess Carolyn in the win. Supreme Dance second. Dream of Charlotte, I believe, got third. Jason Thompson, 2:04 1.
Correction on our part, as we didn't see, but the 2 was a scratch in that race.
Leave it to us to introduce a horse that's not racing.
We missed the post break because they were a little all over the place.
Yeah, they were.
So apologies for that. I'm sure you guys caught on to that quicker than we did.
Yes.
But the 2 was a scratch, and so across the wire, though, we have 5 1 4 3 is how I have them unofficial. The Rosie Weaver Exacta. Honestly, the Supreme Dance probably raced the more impressive mile, though. The second place finisher.
Yeah, well, he was 3 wide before the 3/4 pole and just kind of hung out there and still was able to make a move to close in on a second place finish there.
That is going to be Drew's first win of the day, isn't it?
Yeah,
I think it is.
I think it is. Nice Exacta, Rosie.
And it's also Rosie's first win of the day. That sounds odd to say.
It does when it's the 6th race, right?
We have no dog in the winner's circle. Usually there's Bolt.
Yeah,
Oh,
Bolt's
what's
not
her puppy's
there.
name?
Um,
Bolt. Oh, I've lost it. I know him too.
So do I. So do I. I was calling him Wolf last week. Did you see how big he is now compared to Bolt?
He's got a lot more hair than Bolt.
Oh, my God. Here comes Drew and Princess Carolyn. Let's go to Roger for the winner circle.
Talent Cold Stake 2-year-old filly trot. Number 5, Princess Carolyn. Home of Rosie Weaver and Heartland Acres of Ohio. Rosie Weaver, the winningest trainer in the Buckeye State at the county fairs this season. That is win number 99 for Rosie Weaver. And Drew Neal, with every winning drive, sets a new all-time record for drivers. That is win number 157 this year. The previous record, 120. Drew Neal has shattered the driving record in the state of Ohio at the county fairs. And for Princess Carolyn, how about 4 in a row in Ohio? Results are official. Number 1, Supreme Dance, 2. The 2 is scratched. The 3, Dublin's Louise, 4. The 4, Dream of Charlotte, 3. The 5, Princess Carolyn, the winner. The 6, Leave 'em Lucille, 5. The 7, Town Gal, 6. Top down, 2 scratch, 4. 3, 1, 5. 6 on the bottom. The quarter, 30 and 1. The half, 1 minute. 3 quarters, 132.4. The mile, 204, 1/5.
Not sure what's more impressive, 99 wins for Rosie Weaver throughout the fair circuit this summer, or Drew Neal, 157 driving victories just so far. I'm sure we can expect him to see over 160 over the next handful of days. But with that, I think Roger just mentioned it was like 120 was a previous record, so Drew has done more than smash that. And I think that was Ronnie G. If we were just talking about his Ohio Triple Crown win and his very first Sire Stake Championship final as a trainer, I think Ronnie was the one who originally set that record a couple years ago. So congratulations all the way around. That is a big number. We do go official 5-1-4 for the try. Turning the page, we are now over halfway through our first card here at Coshocton. Up next, we're going to move away from Ladies' Night. Race 7 is going to be the Signature Series Trot, the Coshocton County Trotting Derby. It looks like we do have a scratch here, so just 5 horses going to go behind the gate. Join me back here shortly, and I'll tell you all about them.
With more than 300,000 horses in Ohio, the economic impact of the equine industry in the state is over $2.8 billion. Much of that value comes from standardbred horse owners, breeders, trainers, and drivers who participate in the sport of harness racing. The mission of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association is to preserve, protect, promote, and serve the entire standardbred industry in Ohio and beyond. To learn more about the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association, go to OHHA.com. That's OHHA.com.
Do you want your horse to shine in the winner's circle? Feed DAC oil. It makes a world of difference.
Midland Acres is proud to stand the Prominent Stallions, TCI, Long Tom, Ready for Money, Monty Mickey, Summa Cum Laude, and Bit of a Legend. With such great pedigree and speed in the stallion barn, Midland Acres will provide a diverse group of top yearlings in the sale ring for 2025. Visit us this fall at our consignments at the Blooded Horse Sale on August 26th, the Ohio Select Jug Sale on September 12th, and the Lexington Select Sale on September 29th through October 3rd. Let Midland Acres' experience in the industry lead you to the winner's circle.
All right, taking a break from Ladies Night, race number 7 coming up next, the Signature Series Trotting Derby, scratched down to a field of 5. No, you have it. You actually have it. We're on top of this one.
$1.4 million, Ashley,
Did
in
you-
lifetime earnings
you
for these
take
characters.
Just the 5, though. Did you take that out of the 6 horse? Did you take the 6 horses earnings out of that number?
I'm not taking that out.
Okay, we're not taking
It was $1.4 million when they made the program. I'm sticking
Well,
with it.
well, he's only, the scratch would have been the 6. So the 6 is a scratch here. He's made
He's
400. So you're
400.
still
So it's
$1
$1
million
million, yeah.
in earnings. That's still
Still
very
a pretty
impressive.
nice field, right?
You missed it, I think, when you walked away. Drew Neal, that was his 157th driving victory
I
this.
heard that. And what was the record?
I think 120, and I think that was Ronnie Gillespie, like 3 years ago now.
Oh, is
I
that
think it was
right?
Ronnie, yeah. Because last year's fair driver was Mark St. Louis, and then Ronnie before that had it back to back, and that was like the first time we actually started
wow.
keeping track and awarding it. But that was Ronnie after we were just having this big conversation about Big Ranger and
So
such.
how many, I wonder, of Drew's wins are Rosie horses? 70, 60%?
That was Rosie's 99th victory.
So it's probably
Probably,
85,
I was going to say
90.
somewhere between, I would bet 75 and 85 is
Yeah.
probably
Yep.
Rosie's horses. He drives a lot for her. Finishing thoughts, though, on the trotting colts. Big Ranger won his division, and let me actually.
Yeah.
Well, I already set it
ahead.
up. I already set it
Set
up.
it up.
So
Yeah,
I was
stay
gonna
with it.
quiz you, but now I'm just gonna tell you.
Oh, great. Thank
So
you.
Big Ranger won his division and won 53-4, and
Oh
that
my
was the
God.
$300,000 Scarlet Championship. The night before was the consolation, also known as the $100,000 Gray Championship.
Right.
What do you think the 2-year-old colts went in for the Gray Championship?
The Trotters?
The Trotters, yes.
2-year-old colt Trotters.
Remember,
What did he go in?
Big Ranger won the big money in 53-4. So what do you think the step down, the consolation?
52 in a piece.
They went faster, 53-3. The consolation, and that's the race that we were 4th in, and we were pretty okay with it.
So, but you bet. So next year it's going to take a 52 something probably to win it.
Isn't it amazing?
Unbelievable.
And it was actually Soulful Saul who won the Gray Consolation or the Gray Championship.
Right.
And that's which we see Stevie Carter puts all horses on a fair track, but we've seen him a lot around the fair tracks.
A lot, yeah. Yeah, which is what's helped Carson in his first year of doing the Ohio Fairs as much as he's been doing them. And he's ranked, right? He's in the top 5, 6, 7,
I don't
something
know.
like that.
Roger keeps track of that, and I can't say every time that
Yeah.
he posted I do see it, but we are going into the post parade. Here's the 7th.
Trotting Derby Signature Series for a purse of $3,450. Trophy by Coshocton County Agricultural Society. Number 1, Duke of Lindy with David Justice. Number 2, Sweet Soul David, Emmanuel Miller. Number 3, Freddie Mo with John Melsheimer. Number 4, Nothing But a Dreamer, Harvey Hirschberger. And number 5, Room and Vonnie, Drew Neal. Number 6 is scratched.
So I was putting some loving on Sweet Soul David in the barns before the races today. Super sweet horse. Got a really, really good little scratchy spot just down about 5 inches behind the back of his head on the left-hand side. He got that tilt going and the little head sticking out, how they do. Yeah, really, really nice horse.
From the rail, though, we're going to have Duke of Lindy. Mike Downey trains. David Justice in the bike. This is an 8-year-old gelding by Cantab Hall. He did race in the Signature Series final at Delaware. Got caught in around the back of the pack and unfortunately just could not make up enough ground, but went his mile there in 1:58 flat. He's had 1 win in 38 tries this season, but has hit the board a total of 11 times. And Duke of Lindy has made $143,000 lifetime, a market filly at 3 years old, so a handful of some time ago, and 155-1.
The 2 is Sweet Soul David. Manny Miller in the bike for Herman Hagerman. Dan Schrock out of Millersburg owns this one. This is a Cadabra gelding out of the Chocolatier Mare Sunday on Sunday. $412,000 lifetime earnings, a mark this year of 54 at Miami Valley, 44,000 in earnings, and 6 wins, 2 seconds, and 4 thirds. This one was bred in Ontario, Canada, and has just been really, really steady. 4 wins in the last 6 starts.
Redimo is our 3 horse. John Ryan Milsheimer trains and drives a 6-year-old gelding by Stormin Norman. He's had quite a lot of time off. This is just his 2nd seasonal start. His first start of 2025 came back on August 26th at Caldwell in the free-for-all. Did make a break in there, so we're a month later now, going to see what he can do for us today. But last year, he made $77,000 and took his lifetime mark at Scioto and won 54-4. So we know this guy can trot.
Yeah, and I just realized this one that was just that free-for-all at Caldwell, but previous to that hadn't raced since last November. So they're bringing this one back out late. As they get older, sometimes they like racing in the winter, right?
Well, and let's be honest, Dayton Miami Valley go for a lot of money.
Yeah, they do.
And it's not worth, we never had aged horses when I was younger, but now the amount of money that the fall and winter meets are going for, we keep our 3-year-olds now. And we just keep on rolling.
Keep on racing.
Because it's not worth chasing them around at Scioto.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, absolutely. Nothing But a Dreamer is the 4. Harvey Hirschberger on the bike for Betty Clegg. Kimber Clegg owns a Muscle Mass gelding from the Chocolatier mare. My Impossible Dream. 36 starts this year. 17 out of 36 in the money. A mark of 56-4 at Northfield. And was a $21,000 purchase and has earned $227,000 lifetime.
And the 5 horse, Room in Bonnie, Drew Neal for Carl Easterday Jr. This is a mare, the only mare that we will see out here, just 6 years old, and she's by full count. Also, one that we see a lot in the Signature Series. She did make the final at Delaware and ended up 4th, so got some money and won 57-3. She's had 3 wins, 2 seconds, and 2 third-place finishes in 17 tries this year. Lifetime, Vrooman Bonnie has made $109,000. She took a mark this year at Scioto and won 55-1.
And the 6 is Scratch. Cassius Lane is out. Nice field of 5. The 2 horse Sweet Soul David is your 1-9 favorite.
And going back when we were having that conversation about the 3 for Demo, I'm going to say he was out for a long time. I wonder if that was an injury to lay him off that long. And then he makes a break coming back for his first time at Caldwell, and then he's off for almost another month. So I wonder if there's been some rehab.
Yeah, hopefully we
going on there.
Yeah, that would make sense. Let's see how Ferdimo gets done today.
This is technically the first fair where all the Signature Series races that we will see from here on out count towards next year's points. Because if you remember, I just said the final was already raced at Delaware. So now Coshocton, I believe Dayton has a Signature Series as well, and Lancaster, all of those points are collecting towards next year.
Didn't know that.
Yep.
That's interesting.
Here we go. A field now scratched down to 5 for race 7, the Signature Series Coshocton County Trotting Derby.
They're off and trotting. Sweet Soul David goes right out for the lead. Racing on the outside, Freddie Moe is there second. Getting away third, Duke of Lindy. Racing fourth into the turn, Nothing But a Dreamer. And trailing the field, Room and Bonnie. Down the backside, going to the first quarter mark. On top of the field, Sweet Soul David by a length and a quarter. Right there, second is Freddie Moe. Trotting third, Duke of Lindy as they race over to the opening quarter. 30 3/5 into the turn, racing fourth. That is Nothing But a Dreamer. And trailing the field, Vroom and Bonnie. Drew Neal can see them all at the 3/8 mark. All in straight alignment as they race into the lane first time, coming to the halfway station. On top of the field, Sweet Soul David and Emmanuel Miller showing the way. Freddie Moe, John Melsheimer right there second. Racing third, Duke of Lindy. Halfway home, 101. Into the turn they go. Out and moving on the outside. Nothing but a dreamer. Now fourth, now third, and closing with each and every stride. Trailing the field, Vroom and Vonnie. On to the backside and the 5/8 mark. The leader, a Sweet Soul David. Up on the outside, Nothing But a Dreamer is there second. Freddie Moe trots third. Duke of Lindy racing fourth to the outside. Up the inside, Vroom and Vonnie at the 3/4 mark in 1:32 and 2. Into the final turn. Sweet Soul David's been there every step. On the outside, Nothing But a Dreamer is there second. Racing up on the outside, Vroom and Vonnie ready to go 3 wide at the top of the stretch. 1/8 of a mile to go in Ohio. Sweet Soul David with the lead. On the outside, Nothing But a Dreamer coming on. Sweet Soul David, Nothing But a Dreamer second. On third, Vroom and Vonnie.
We'll see how fast they come home because they went
Or make that 2:01 2/5.
there. Come home pretty good.
Yeah, not
Come
bad. A
home
minute and 2/5. That's okay.
They got to the 3/4 in 1:32 and 2 in the final time, 2:01 and 2. So what's that, a 29 final quarter, 29 flat.
Yep.
Considering the rest of the mile, they were taking it nice and easy there on the front. But that was Manny was just doing his job, right?
He was, yeah. I mean, I don't think he didn't really use the horse until he turned for home. He had Nothing But a Dreamer hanging out over his right shoulder. And that was after, of course, he got Fredimo out of his neck.
Yeah,
he was really up
running over
inside
him.
of Manny there as they got out of the first turn. But Sweet Soul David, another win for Manny Miller and Herman Hagerman. Daniel Schrock, congratulations. That's 7 wins in 27 races this year.
The 3-horse, though, I think held on for a check. Those top 4 finishers were all right there.
Yep.
Fredimo, after we said, maybe he was coming back, maybe he really just gave him that much time off, but I don't know. Because John Ryan Milsheimer's had him this entire time. It's not like he just came into this stable.
When I walked up to Sweet Soul David in the barn this morning, that's the caretaker that told me, you can play with him if you want. He does love to get scratched, that lady right there.
Oh, because that's Herman's wife.
Is that what his wife?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
This is 3 wins on the card already for Manny. The first for Herman.
Winner of the Coshocton County Trotting Derby Signature Series, number 2, Sweet Soul David. Owned by Daniel Schrock, Millersburg, Ohio. Herman Hagerman with his 58th win at the fairs this season. That's a driving triple today for Emmanuel Miller, win number 92. The 7-year-old Galliba Cadabra out of Sundays on Sunday. Now a winner of 2 in a row in Ohio. Results are official. Number 1, Duke of Lindy, 5. The 2, Sweet Soul David, the winner. The 3, Freddie Moe, 4. The 4, Nothing But a Dreamer, 2. The 5, Vroom and Vonnie, 3. The 6 was scratched. Top down, 5-1-4. 2-3. Bottom horse was scratched. The quarter, 30 and 3. The half, 101. 3/4, 132-2. The mile, 2:01 2/5.
Pretty impressive. Congratulations to Sweet Soul David. Herman Hagerman. Boy, did he have a time last week. You know where I sit up in Delaware.
Yeah, yep.
And it's a lot of horses that come through there on Wednesday and Thursday from the barns to go out to the track to warm up. And Herman Hagerman showed more patience than I've ever seen.
Oh, you
with a
have
trainer.
to. Oh my gosh.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because they were backed up onto the pathway pretty much most of the week, or at least on Wednesday and Thursday. We've got 4 more for you. 8th race is coming up next. That is the second division of 3 of 3-year-old filly trotters with a purse of $4,369. And we'll be back to introduce you to those fillies after these messages.
Dublin Valley Farms, home of Volstead, sire of 2024 Ohio Horse of the Year, Sugar Instead. Also standing at Dublin Valley Farms, Slay, a promising young son of Chapter 7 and Coach K Hanover by world record holder Walner. Looking for your next winner? Dublin Valley Farms and our clients are offering an exciting lineup of yearlings with current and fashionable pedigrees. Available at public auctions this year. Backed by a team that cares, Dublin Valley Farms, Fredericksburg, Ohio.
Own a little and love it a lot. TheStable.ca is an award-winning fractional ownership operation. Buy as little as 1% of a racehorse and experience 100% of the thrill. TheStable.ca makes ownership easy, accessible, and affordable. Communication and customer service are at the heart of everything we do. Get started at TheStable.ca.
History, tradition. For over 100 years, 2- and 3-year-old trotters and pacers have started their careers on the tracks of the Home Talent Colt Stakes. See the future stars of Ohio harness racing at one of the Home Talent's 15 tracks. The stars of tomorrow are racing at a track near you today. The Home Talent Colt Stakes. You can't win them if you aren't in them.
Race number 8, the second division of 3-year-old filly trotters, $4,300 and some change on the line. Another full, I don't want to say not really a full gate because we're scoring 6 wide, but we at least have 5 horses. Everybody else is going to get a check in here no matter what. We just got to finish the race.
Manny's got another decent shot here with Speed of an Angel. A really, really nice filly.
I believe he bought this one kind of in the early to mid last season.
He did.
From Chris.
Yep. And this horse holds a special place in my heart because he won one of the 2 races that we did last year in Memorial for our friend Jerry Ungashik. And I've got Speed of an Angel's winner circle picture up on my wall of fame at home with a bunch of other.
Very cool.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of who else is up there. Nitros is up there. Life Sign is up there. Twin B Joe Fresh is up there. Quattro de Julio is up there. And Speed of an Angel is up there.
Listen, we got to get Pet Project up there. Come on.
Please.
We'll get you there next year. Don't worry. We'll get you there next year.
Trust me when I tell you that horse was in my box.
Because he should have been.
Bet. Yeah.
We'd bad drive. Tough drive. It's all right. Life goes on. I said from early on, really early in the season, before we knew this horse was going to be a good one for us. But before we even knew if we were going to make the final, I said, Mom, the only sire stake final that my dad didn't win was a 3-year-old Colt Pace. That was the only one. And he's won. There was one year, I think it was right before he passed away. He passed in 2018, 2016, I think. He won 3 sire stake finals. Everybody talks about Burke.
Is that right?
Yeah, and we had no more than 30, 40 horses, maybe 50 in our stable. That was as big as we ever got.
3 in one
He won
season?
3.
One set. Wow.
And it was Josh Sutton who drove all of them. Not somebody that we see very often anymore is Josh. He won all 3 for us, and then Josh went on to win another one that night. So 2016, my dad had 3.
How cool is that?
Because he wasn't just, he liked his trotters more, but we had all across the board. We had trotters, we had pacers, we didn't care fillies, colts. My dad was just, he was a good horseman.
Yeah.
And then Josh was kind of our right-hand man when it came to the driving at the time, drove all of them. And then I can't remember that night, but Josh won a total of 4 finals.
That's a heck of a night.
At Northfield, I think was the year that Northfield held it.
300s? Or maybe back then it wasn't that much.
I think maybe it was like 2, I don't remember, 2016. It's crazy. It's like, no, not all that long ago, but how much the money has increased even in 10 years, you know?
Sure.
Why did I start talking about this? Oh, Pet Project.
Pet Project, yes, Pet Project.
I said very early on, I said, Mom, that's the only one he didn't win was a 3-year-old Colt Pace. I think this one was supposed to do it for you. I said, I wish we could have took 2 and 3, but we got some money, and sometimes that's all you can do. And we were still proud of him.
That horse will continue to race now, right?
No.
Oh, that's it?
That is it for the year.
Oh, wow.
Mom is very old school. I think he had maybe 7, 8 starts this year. She's very old school. We do not race them very much, and it's just because we like race horses now. We want to make sure that they're going to continue to be able to do that and improve upon next year and not gut them early on. Not saying that there aren't horses who can't take it, but that's just not Mom's training style.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I like your mom's style.
Yeah, she's very conservative. That's why we skipped Delaware. We would have been eligible. Well, if we would have won
Right.
and would gone to Delaware, we were hoping to do the Triple Crown this year, but she decided not to. That we'd rather go for 300 and be good for 300 than.
Awesome.
And he was good. We just got some traffic, and that's part of horse racing.
Yeah, of course it is. Of course it is. Lexus Cody had traffic.
Yeah, yeah, we're not quite that horse, but he came home for us. He came home and he got us a check, and that's all we could do. Trevor's been our driver for him all throughout, and he's taken great care of. We call him Rocky because he's a pet rock. Just sometimes you think, and sometimes you shouldn't think.
Yeah,
That's just what happens.
No, yeah, of course. It's an accomplishment to get to the final.
It is. That is a great
really
group of
is.
horses.
Yes,
and,
it is.
There was a comment I think I saw from JD. I want to mention this, but first I think Roger's going to cut me off. So I want to go to our post parade for race number 8. Remember, the second division of 3-year-old filly trotters.
$4,369, trophy by Baird Concrete. Number 1, Miss Big Gal with David Justice. Number 2, Miss Snickers, Logan Ebersole. Number 3, Dublin's Martini, the driver Darren Harvey. Number 4, Promise at Dawn with Jason Thompson. And number 5, Speed of an Angel, Emmanuel Miller in the sulky. Don't be shut out. Wager now.
Our field of 8 quickly for this second division, going for $4,300 on the rail. Miss Big Gal, Randy Rank trains and owns this Mr. Anson filly. David Justice in the bike. Looks like she's had some trouble, made a break out of the gate last start at Dover, and before that, I think she stayed flat, but in Upper Sandusky, she had some broken equipment issues. The fastest mile I can see was a 4th place finish back at Greenville in 2:03.1. She said 19 lifetime starts, 11 have come from this year, and she's still looking to break her maiden.
Miss Snickers, Logan Ebersole, I say a Shrake Trains. Cookie Ladies on this one. This is a filly out of Band's Gold Chip, out of the sturdy Sabra mare Lonesome Pride. 19 starts this year. Excuse me, hasn't won yet. 3 seconds, 9 third-place finishes. Some good money, though, just under $12,000. Third-place finish the last 5 weeks at Dover, Ashland, Worcester, McConnellsville, and Canfield.
Dublin's Martini, Darren Harvey to drive for Betty Clegg. It is Darren, right? That was my
yes.
driver change that I had, and
Yep.
not Harvey. Okay. And so 2 back at Ashland did have a 2nd place finish, but before that, if we're going back towards the end of August at Canton and Canfield, had a win. Both wire to wire at those 2 fairs for Dublin's Martini. 24 seasonal tries, 7 wins, 5 seconds, and 4 third-place finishes. $34,000 made this year.
Good year. Promise at Dawn is the 4, Jason Thompson for Kerry Merriman. Robert Beach, he owns this one out of Berlin, Ohio. This is a What the Hill filly from the Train for the Future mare Rose Run Nelly. 18 starts this year, 2 wins, 5 second-place finishes. Has earnings of just under $18,000 and actually has the fastest winning time of the horses in this race in a qualifier at Northfield at 2 minutes and 2/5. Was a 4th at Dover last week. Previous to that, 2 seconds, 1 at Ashland and 1 at Worcester.
The 5, Speed of an Angel, Manny Miller trains and drives this Marseille filly, was a winner both at Ashland and Worcester. Went back-to-back. Looks like we timed the faster mile at Ashland. Won by over 7 lengths there. Nice and easy pace. 2:04 and 4. 5 wins, 2 seconds, 4 third-place finishes, and 18 seasonal starts. $25,000 on the year. Almost $45,000 lifetime for Speed of an Angel.
Nice looking group of filly trotters here. Purse of $4,369. Where are they?
What do you mean, where are they? Are you behind they're in the first turn?
Oh, thank you.
I know you're behind a pole,
I
aren't
am.
you?
Yeah, it's blocking all four. It's blocking four of the five.
Roger just told us we're going to the starting gate. I started to mention it. I'm going to get on my soapbox, but I'm going to do it when we actually have time.
Okay.
JD, hopefully he's watching. I'm sure that he is. He commented not on this feed, but I think it was maybe one of our sire stake, Saturday night at the race graphics we put up. And he mentioned, I can't believe that the 3-year-old colt pace Gray Championship, so the consolation of the sire stake finals, did not fill. Did you realize that?
I did not.
Yes, the 3-year-old colt pace, the Glamour Boys,
Prime.
which should be the easiest division to fill.
Oh boy, it sure should.
Did not fill, and so we did not have a Gray Championship, and the 400 went for $400,000, a very, very healthy purse. And Ron Burke did have 5 of the 9 to go behind the gate.
I did see that.
And I will get on my soapbox, but I'm going to get on my soapbox after this race.
Okay.
Because I have opinions.
I'm looking forward to it.
I don't want to say I do have opinions, obviously. You guys know me well enough.
Yeah, it's okay.
Pretty opinionated person.
It'd be more of a surprise if you didn't.
But I definitely want to have a discussion.
Yeah, let's have
because
that.
I think I have an inkling of why that did not fill.
Okay, good.
But what we have to do in harness racing is talk about things.
Yes, we do.
Right?
Yes. Our audience likes it, and we
like
it.
I keep trying to hold your hand tonight, don't I?
Well, it's right there for you, darling. No problem. Jack, don't watch. Jack, don't watch.
Here we go. A field of 5 for race 8, the second division of 3-year-old filly trotters.
Manny Miller, the favorite at 3 to 5 with Speed of an Angel. Let's go to Roger.
They're off and trotting. That's Dublin's Martini going for the lead. Miss Snickers on the inside second. Up on the outside, Promise It Dawn takes the lead for Jason Thompson. Moving on the outside as they race into the turn. Go on to the backside, making a break. That's Dublin's Martini. Back trotting down the backside, going to the first quarter mark. On top of the field, it's Promise It Dawn showing the way. Speed of an Angel right there second. Opening quarter in 30 2/5. Into the turn, that is Miss Snickers racing third. Dublin's Martini is fourth, and Miss Big Gal trails the field as they race around the turn. Go on to the 3/8 mark. On top of the field, Promise It Dawn and Jason Thompson lead the way by 2 lengths. Racing second as they pass the stand for the first time. Speed of an Angel racing third. Miss Snickers, Dublin's Martini fourth. At the halfway point in 1 minute 4/5. Into the turn, the trailer is Miss Big Gal to the backside, straight alignment, going to the 5/8 mark. Promise It Dawn, no one's made a move to go after the leader, driven by Jason Thompson. Right there second, getting the trip. Speed of an Angel and Emmanuel Miller. Down the backside they go, racing third, Miss Snickers, Logan Ebersole. First up on the outside, now third, now second, followed by Dublin's Martini to the outside fourth. At the 3/4 mark, as race around the turn, go on to the 5/7/8 mark on top of the field and showing the way on the outside now. Miss Snickers racing second, moving on the outside. Promise It Dawn trying to hold on to position. Dublin's Martini coming back on the outside, coming home. It's all Miss Snickers with the lead and drawing away. Miss Snickers home second. Speed of an Angel. Photo for show.
201.
203 3/5.
Yikes.
Slowed way down. That's why Miss Snickers.
Logan pulled.
Now, great drive by him, though, really.
Oh,
Logan did a
absolutely.
fantastic move. That is Miss Snickers, her first seasonal win, just third lifetime. She's really been knocking on the door, though. She's had, 5 third-place finishes in a row before today.
Yep.
So she's been making her money, but happy to see one finally notch the win.
Good move by Logan to see that the horses up ahead of him were just, slow. And just a quick little burst, got to the front, and at that point, nobody was going to catch Miss Snickers. So, yeah, congrats to Isaiah and Logan and the Cookie Ladies. They must be thrilled.
Oh.
The Cookie Ladies win one.
203 and 3. Did you catch the 3/4?
Nope.
I did not.
I don't think it was there to be caught.
Gotcha. Gotcha. But that will establish, of course, that's her first one of the season, but that's also going to lower her lifetime mark as well. Previously, it was at, where is that? Cortland? Probably last year. She set it in 2:07, I think, at Cortland with a victory.
Yep.
So she is improving from that
Very much
2-year-old mark.
Yeah. Oh, boy, late in the season, right?
Yeah.
20th race, finally get the first win. That's so cool. Cookie ladies must be very happy.
Pays $9, returns $9 to win. It looks like we are official for the tote board. We're going to go 253 across the wire, and the trifecta, look at that, 73.60.
Wow, that's a good number for a fair triple. That's awesome.
Here comes Logan back in front of the grandstand, and Miss Snickers.
The home talent Colt Stake 3-year-old filly trot, trophy by Baird Concrete. Number 2, Miss Snickers, home of the Kickley ladies of Navarre, Ohio. Isaiah Shrake gets his 4th win of the season at the Buckeye Fairs. Logan Ebersole, win number 9 as a driver. The 3-year-old filly by Brand's Gold Chip out of Lonesome Pride, home a winner in 2:03 3/5, a lifetime mark. Results are official. Number 1, Miss Big Gal, 5. The 2, Miss Snickers, the winner. The 3, Dublin's Martini, 3. The 4, Promise at Dawn, 4. The 5, Speed of an Angel, 2. Top down, 5-1-3, 4, 2 on the bottom. The quarter, 30 and 2. The half, 1 minute 4 fifths. 3/4, 1:32. The mile, 2:03 3/5.
I want to go into it now.
Well, I have a couple of thoughts.
Okay.
One, I wanted to mention, I won't finish my soapbox quite yet. But Logan Ebersole, he has this little, I met him for the first time last year, actually, because he won the Buckeye final for, I believe she was what is she? My Hair Legend. She's a pacer. Do you know? Yeah, she's a pacer. She just raced. Oh, man.
Okay.
People are watching me be like, oh, duh. They're going to correct me. But anyway, Logan deserves some claps as a trainer, too. My Hair Legend was my first introduction to him, and she has just not been able to draw very well. She didn't draw very well at Dayton, Delaware, and I think she just raced in the Sire Stake finals.
I don't know why it didn't sound familiar to me.
I think she just did. Hold on. I still have my program. Hold for me.
I got it.
But he deserves claps as a trainer. I didn't realize he's only 29 himself.
Yeah, I knew he
he's
was
still
young.
very
Yeah,
young,
yes,
and
he is.
every
Yep.
once in a while he really can show up and show out. And that one
Is
was
Luke
just a
his
great
brother?
call. Yes,
They're
Luke,
brothers, right?
Luke is the older brother. I would not have known it because Logan acts much more mature
Then Luke.
than Luke. But My Hair Legend, yes, she did just race in the Scarlet Championships, but she was out of the 8-hole. And so, unfortunately,
tough.
it was really, really tough on
Yeah,
her. But
yeah.
she was phenomenal. Last year, now, when she won the BSS final at Dayton, she actually set a track record in just the BSS. It's so he
wow.
deserves some credit, not just as a driver, but as a trainer as well.
Congrats to Logan. Congrats to Isaiah. And congrats to the Cookie ladies.
Well, there's that official
Happy for them.
the 8th. I will not get on my soapbox,
Till we
but
come back.
if you want to hear my
I wanna
thoughts
hear it.
briefly,
I want to hear it.
you got to stay tuned then.
Stay tuned. We'll be right back for the 9th after these messages.
In Ohio, Hickory Lane Farm has the stallions you are looking for, like What the Hill, Uncle Peter, and In Range, as well as Branded by Lindy, Jug Winner Luz Pearlman, Racing Hill, and Guardian Angel Oz. Hickory Lane will offer a host of Ohio-sired yearlings this fall, including 6 by In Range, 5 by Uncle Peter, 4 by Guardian Angel Oz, and 1 by What the Hill. Find out more at hickorylanefarm.com.
At Ohio State's Galbraith Equine Center, our veterinary champions are here for your champions 24/7, 365 days a year, providing advanced specialty care for sports horses from all stages and disciplines. Our expert team of boarded surgeons and sports medicine and rehabilitation specialists, together with veterinary cardiologists, internal medicine, and ophthalmologists, make our hospital your best resource for all sports horse performance issues. The Ohio State Veterinary Medical Center's Galbraith Equine Hospital. Call us today at 614-292-6661.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Ashley has something to say, and I think it's a really valid discussion to have.
I'm sure many people
want to know.
have talked about this amongst themselves.
Yeah.
First and foremost, I know that I'm employed by the Ohio Harness Horsemen Association, but I'm always going to be a horseman, and specifically an Ohio horseman first. Always through and through. I know these people. I've known them my entire life.
Yes, you
right?
have.
And so I'm always going to go up to bat for my people.
Yep.
And so the 3-year-old colt pace division, which should be the easiest to fill because those are the glamour boys. Doesn't matter where you go. Those are the glamour boys.
Yep.
Did not fill for the Great Consolation because, let's be honest, no one wants to go against Burke. When you've got 5 of 9 in the sire stake final, people are dropping down into the BSS, for example, and I think we do need to have a conversation of somebody that could have taken. He did not. He was first, second, and third in the $400,000 final because he has wonderful stock. You will never take that away from Burke.
Right.
He is a phenomenal trainer.
And he's not doing anything wrong. He's not breaking any rules to have that position that he has. It reminds me very much, and I said this earlier in the year when I was working with somebody, reminds me very much of how the Yankees used to take criticism with George Steinbrenner because they used to sign all these free agent players and they'd spend the most money and they'd win a bunch of championships. But none of these guys are breaking any rules. You know, they've all gotten to that spot. But your point is very well made and probably very accurate that you got a race where you can make money. And if you know that you're not going to be able to compete against the best of the best or what those guys are.
We're seeing it even at the fair level. It's squeezing the little guy because we've got horses that might be 4th, 5th, maybe even 3rd in the sire stakes. They're like, man, I can't compete. I know that I'm not going to win a sire stake, so let's drop to the BSS.
Listen, and I will share, I'll start with my disclaimer the way you started with yours. I work also for the Kentucky Harness Horsemen Association. And what happens down there at the fair has been very interesting because the money down there at the fairs is really good, as it is here. And there are a lot of larger stables that have been back east that have now taken a position in Kentucky.
And it's coming here.
And it's, it
is coming here.
And last year, the only, quote, national trainer, unquote, that had a presence down there was Irv Miller.
Yeah.
Irv had a bunch of horses. Atlee was at almost every fair, if not every fair. His son-in-law married to Hannah Miller, and they had a great season. But next year, Bootensheen's taking a stable out there now. Pinsky's got a stable out there now.
It is a
Tony
matter of
Alagna
time with the amount of money that, one, horses are selling for because we've got out east money now in Ohio. Like, they are coming, and I think we need to have the conversation. Did you know that we used to have limits on how many trainer entries could go into a sire stake final?
Did not know
we
that.
did. I don't know when we took that away. I think it is time to think about that again because it is a matter of time. I'm not going to say it's next year. I'm not even going to say it's in 10 years. It is a matter of time until we've got 5 Burke entries, 2 Irv Miller entries, 3 Melander entries, and there's no Ohio base trainers in the race.
Yeah, with the possible exception of Virgil and Steve Carter.
Right.
Yeah,
and
no, it's definitely limited.
And not saying, well,
and you're not accusing anybody of doing anything
because
wrong.
they have good
It's
stock,
just,
absolutely.
right.
But I think we have to think about where all of the money is going. And with that, here's the post parade.
Good.
I'll be home first, Jason Thompson. Number 3, Marcy's a Keeper, David Young. Number 4, Rose Run Bounty, Drew Neal. And number 5, Juliet Capulet, Harvey Hirschberger in the sulky.
All right, a field of 5 for race number 9. The second division, 2-year-old filly pacer, $6,600 on the rail. Carson Conrad and Stevie Carter. Sunday Thunder. This is a well-said filly. She did have a miscue actually at Dayton, just in a qualifier though, out of the gate. If we go a few back, she did stay flat. Sometimes she has some trouble doing that, especially as a pacer. We don't see that often, especially this late in the season. But at Scioto Downs on September 1st in non-winners of 1 with a claiming tag, she finished 4th, so got a check in 156 and 2, final quarter 29 and 4. She's made about $1,800 on the year.
Hey, I mentioned Virgil and Steve and inadvertently left out Chris Beaver.
All right.
Because Chris is having a heck of a year.
He has
and
always.
He's had some great horses.
Funny that you say that. I think this is maybe one of the first years in my recent memories that Chris Beaver did not win a final with a trotter.
Yeah.
Yep.
Number 2, I'll Be Home First, Jason Thompson for Don Irvine Jr. Justin owns this one. It's been third 3 of the last 5 races, and the other 2, he's won them both. 12 starts, 12 times in the money. Mark of 57 and 4 a couple of weeks ago at the home of the Little Brown Jug, the Delaware County Fairgrounds. 3rd at Dover since then. Do you have the Northfield line from 927
I do.
on yours?
I
Tell
do.
me.
8th place finish.
Ooh.
He got away last, I think, and just unfortunately could not get anywhere from there.
Gotcha. That's Jason for Don Irvine Jr.
And Drew O'Neill, Marcy is a keeper. Jim Arla Jr. trains. This is a summa cum laude owned by Randy Young Stables of MacArthur, Ohio. Still looking to break the maiden, but has hit the board a total of 4 times in 9 starts. At Scioto on September 10th. And just a qualifier, though, paced a mile in 1:57 and 1. Final quarter there, 28 and 1.
The 4 is Rose Run Bounty. Drew Neal for Corey Dairmand. Cap Equine Estates over in Youngstown is the owner. This is a Fear the Dragon filly from the Arch Place mare. Mrs. American Pie, 12 starts this year, 8 times in the money, includes 4 wins, 2 seconds, 2 thirds, 21,000 plus in earnings, and a mark of 56 and 4 at a sloppy Northfield track. This one was 2nd, 3rd, and 4th last 3 starts. Previous to that, 3 wins in a row at Canfield, Canton, and Wilmington.
And rounding out the field from the 5-hole, Juliet Capulet, Harvey Hirschberger for Betty Clegg. This is a Fear the Dragon out of an Always a Virgin mare. Last start was in the Ohio Sire Stakes Grade Championships for her division. Dayton was on Saturday. Unfortunately, she did not draw the best to begin with. She started out of the far outside in the 9-hole and did not leave the gate, probably just ducked, got away 9th, and kind of stayed towards the back of the pack because they went a clip.
They went a clip.
She paced her mile in 1:55 flat, which is nothing to be ashamed of at all, but the winner did go in 1:53 flat.
Yeah. Tough mile.
Julia Capulet has hit the board 17 times in 23 tries. She's had 8 wins, 7 seconds, and 2 third-place finishes, $38,000 made. You can see how fast she has been pacing, but actually her mark is up at Northfield, just a qualifier, in 2 minutes and 2/5. I did see that. So here we are, race number 9. Maybe we can mention that, after I'll get on another soapbox after this. 9th race, a field of 5, second division of 2-year-old filly pacers. Here we go.
With Jason Thompson.
They come. They're off and pacing. That's Rose Run Bounty going for the lead. On the inside, I'll Be Home First as they race into the first turn, going to the backside. I'll Be Home First with the lead, racing second. As they race around the turn, Rose Run Bounty finding a spot. 3rd was Juliet Capulet as they race down the backside. Racing 4th, Marcy's a keeper, and trailing the field, Sunday Thunder as they race over to the first quarter mark. Opening quarter, 30 and 1/5. As they race into the turn, on top of the field and with the lead, I'll Be Home First. Racing second, that is Rose Run Bounty. Racing 3rd, around the turn, Juliet Capulet. Racing 4th, Marcy's a keeper and trailing the field, Sunday Thunder. All in straight alignment as they race into the lane first time, coming to the halfway point. They race over to the half. in 59-1. Into the turn they go. The leader, I'll Be Home First, shows the way by a length and a half. Rose Run Bounty is there second. Racing third, Juliet Capulet. Fourth is Marcy's a keeper and losing ground. Sunday Thunder. Down the backside, going to the three-quarter mark. Continue to show the way. I'll Be Home First and Jason Thompson. On the move on the outside, Juliet Capulet from third at the three-quarters in 1:30 and a fifth. Into the turn they go. It's I'll Be Home First with the lead. Juliet Capulet on the outside second. Rose Run Bounty racing third. Fourth on the outside is Sunday Thunder. Less than an eighth to go in Ohio. Jason Thompson, I'll Be Home First with the lead. The battle's on for second and third. It's I'll Be Home First. Home second, Juliet Capulet. Racing third, Rose Run Bounty. 2 minutes, 3/5.
It's a pretty good time for I'll Be Home First. The wire-to-wire victory for Jason Thompson, Don Irvine Jr.
2 filly pace, right? I'm trying to look for the first division, see what we went in there. 2 filly pace. 2 was actually the very first race of the night, and they went 58. So this was the slower division, but still nice effort put in.
Not bad. 2 minutes for 2-year-olds on a fair track, and it's not terrible at all.
I'm going to say 2:54 across the wire is what I have.
Yep.
But we kind of commentate our own race
when
we're not on air.
Yeah.
But
sometimes I wonder whether or not the audience wouldn't enjoy that.
Probably.
The mid-race
Some people
conversations.
would. Some people definitely. The way that you and I can't say that I banter like this with many other people.
Yeah.
As far as like talking through the race, like, oh, that was a stupid move. You know, I don't do that with everybody. But I think between you and I,
we
could have our own.
Oh, we could. Oh, no question about it. But, every other sport's got 2 announcers calling. There's a main person, and then there's a color commentator. And for you to be we try that one time. Like, you could be the one saying who's on the front and who's at second. I'll be there. I watched that move coming from fourth. Just to add a little something to it. But I've never heard 2 announcers calling one horse race.
No.
I think it's time.
Actually, well, here's our presentation first.
Home first. Justin Irvine of Aurora, Ohio is the owner. Don Irvine Jr. gets his 8th training win this season at the fairs. It's a driving double for driver Jason Thompson, win number 28. Blanket in this race sponsored by Norman Farms, Domitian with a mark of 154 4/5. Results are official. Number 1, Sunday Thunder, 4. The 2, I'll Be Home First, the winner. The 3, Marcy's a keeper, 5. The 4, Rose Run Bounty, 3. The 5, Juliet Capulet, 2. Top down, 4, 1, 5, 3, 2 on the bottom. The quarter 29 and the first quarter was 30 and 1/5. The half 59 and 1. 3 quarters 130 and 1. The mile 2 minutes 3/5.
I forgot my favorite Ohio trainer.
Don Irvine?
Brian Brown.
Oh, yes. Brian's had, it's so funny. We did Freshman Focus with him maybe April-ish when he came back up.
Yep.
And it was funny. Like, Roger sits down and does a long interviews with him. And he's like, oh, last year was one of his slowest years.
Yes,
You think he still made over $1 million,
yeah.
But it was, the last couple of years for Brian, I think he has found a lot of enjoyment also out of watching his kids.
Oh, yeah.
Between Bo and,
you
Cam
saw he had his
oh
grandson with him at the sale over at
Chase.
Yeah, I think so.
Jessica,
yeah.
They are 2 peas in a pod.
Yeah,
they really are.
That's
I
really
think
cool.
Earlier in the season, maybe Jenny posted on Facebook that they were searching for a double-seated jog cart so Chase could go out with Grandpa.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, they are 2 peas in a pod. But I have a lot of respect for Brian. Always
got
have, always will.
a couple of really good ones that are starting late. He had a horse. I think the horse's name was Gorgeous. That raced really good. I sent him a note. Let me see. That was on, I think, gorgeous. Yeah, I think it was second or third lifetime start. Went in 50 last Thursday, and hoping to get to see that one and Gala down in Lexington this weekend. Big weekend down at the Red Mile, folks. If you haven't been there, it's a pretty special place. Got a lot of big races, a lot of championship races Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And, of course, the Lexington Select Sale starts tonight.
It
Actually,
does it?
yeah.
I guess it is
tonight.
Monday, isn't
Yep,
it?
Yep. It's a Walner show. It's a Walner in Chapter 7, and the big guys and the big money will be out. You know,
It's
they'll all
always
be there.
It's so interesting every year. You know, we keep increasing in price because we do race for a lot more money. But I always like comparing it to our thoroughbred friends. I hope we never reach that level.
The $8 million level.
I hope we never reach that level.
I couldn't agree with
We
you
don't,
more.
you know, it's a very different sport. Two very different sports when it comes to how the horses race, all the
everything
things.
about
all
it.
the
Yeah,
things
the breeding methods,
yes.
everything. Everything is different. Did we break already?
No, we have not. We should, though.
Yeah, we probably should. Stephen, you're allowed to interrupt us, you know.
He should every once in a while.
I know, he should. He's just so dang chill over there.
Race,
okay, we're going to be
race
back
10.
for race 10 in just a minute. Thanks for being with us.
The Ohio equine industry needs your help. I'm Scott Mogan, president of the Ohio Harness Horsemen's Association. With over 300,000 horses in Ohio, the economic impact of the equine industry in the state is over $2.8 billion. That means jobs that pump millions of dollars into the local economy and support thousands of families. For Ohio's equine industry to remain strong, we need to send a clear message to our legislators about the important role that the agricultural small businesses play in Ohio's economy. To do that, we need your help. PACER, the Political Action Committee for Equine Racing, helps support and inform on issues that could positively affect Ohio harness racing. Please consider a donation to PACER. To donate, visit our website at ohha.com or call 614-221-3650. Your donation will help keep harness racing strong in Ohio. Thank you for your support.
When you need supplies for your horse, one name stands out: Big D's. Since 1976, Big D's Tack and Vet Supply has been the equine experts you can trust. Whatever your horse needs is available at Big D's Tack and Vet Supply. Visit the retail outlet in Streetsboro, Ohio, or order online at bigdweb.com for fast shipping. Most orders ship that day. Or call 1-800-321-2142. Big D's Tack and Vet Supply.
Hey, we're back in Coshocton at the Coshocton County Fair. It has cooled off a few degrees here over the last hour or so. Very comfortable in the grandstand. Michael Langer with you this afternoon, along with Ashley Daly and Steven. Doing okay over there, buddy? I got a thumbs up from Steven. That's always good. 10th race is coming up next. The what's the word for the late double? Whatever that word is, that's what it is. 3-year-old fillies, it'd be the third and final division with a purse of $4,300. Got a couple of good ones in here. Ashley brought up some good points that are affecting a lot of people in the industry that have smaller barns and dealing with the growth of an industry, a retailer. Anything along with it. If somebody is growing past what has been, there are always people that may not be able to keep up. And it certainly is a concern. It's definitely, and I'm glad Ashley brought it up here, it's definitely been a concern of the folks down in Kentucky for the last couple of years with the folks that are moving in down there. And, the question really is whether or not the new guys, quote unquote, the national teams, they're going to be able to get their 2-year-olds ready to participate in our fairs, which start down there in Kentucky in May versus here where we start, in Circleville, I think the third or fourth week in in June. So it's going to be an interesting year next year, but one thing we know for sure is it's going to be faster, and there's going to be more money, and there's going to be more races, and we are excited to be a big part of what happens here in the state of Ohio and look forward to all of it. 2 races left. I'm going to drive back to Columbus. Some folks walking across the track in front of horses, which is always a little freaky to me. Post parade to Roger.
2, Count on Kenna with Braden Rhodes. The 3, Suds and Ritz with Emmanuel Miller. Number 4, Chrome Trim, driver Drew Neal. And number 5, Count on Luna, Darren Harvey in the sulky.
Let's take a look at these 3-year-old filly trotters from the rail out. Number 1 is Just a Classic. Ed Greeno Jr. trains, drives, and owns, along with Thomas Michael Adams and Finley. This is an Enterprise filly from the Muscle Hill mare, Pego My Heart. 14 starts this year. Doesn't have a win yet, but does have 1 second, 3 third-place finishes. Has been 4 3 weeks in a row at Dover, Montpelier, and Wauseon. Number 2, Count on Kenna. Braden Rhodes in the bike for Father Bill Rhodes. Marvin Raber is the owner. This is a full count filly from the Muscle Mass mare, Holland Bank. This one's good. 23 starts, 5 wins, 5 seconds, 3 thirds, $36,000 in earnings, and a mark of 59 in the slop at Northfield. Number 3, Suds and Ritz. Herman Hagerman trains. Manny Miller on the bike. Hagerman Racing, Martin Yoder, and Lucinda Belcher share ownership of this What the Hill filly from the Chapter 7 mare, Bubbles and Ritz. 25 starts this year, 10 wins, 2 seconds, 6 third-place finishes, $45,000 in earnings, a mark of 58 and 1. Number 4 is Chrome Trim.
Can we pause for a second because Roger Houston wants a picture if you'll turn around. Sorry, I just got back on. He had to stop me as we were I was coming back up.
Love it.
But sorry, would you like to finish your thoughts about Chrome Trim?
No, I want you to.
Okay. Chrome Trim, horse 4. Let me look at a program here. Drew Neal for Isaiah Schrake. This is a long Tom filly. Still looking for the first seasonal win. Unfortunately, has been making a lot of breaks this year. However, when it counted, she was going in the Sire Stakes. She did stay flat, but unfortunately was still out of the money, and that happened on September 6th at Scioto. But she still went her mile, trotting 155 and 4. So she's got it. This has to be so aggravating.
Oh my gosh!
If she'll just stay flat, she can do it.
I was just thinking that, looking at these lines, yeah, because she should be good.
She did make $45,000 last year as a 2-year-old, $10,000 this year. So it's just she's got to figure it back out.
Yep.
But you see what she can do.
For sure. The 5 is Count on Luna. Darren Harvey trains, drives, and owns a full count filly from the SJ's Caviar mare DJ's Caviar. 12 out of 17 in the money, includes 7 wins, 2 seconds, and 3 thirds, $28,000 in earnings, mark of 202 and 1. This was a $9,000 purchase at the Buckeye Classic sale a couple of years back, and this one has made $73,385. A pretty even tote board for the 10th race this afternoon. The favorite currently 3-2 for Count on Kenna, the 2-horse. It's Braden Rowe's first drive today, I believe, right? I don't think Braden's had any other drives.
Yep, this is his first for his dad, yeah.
Suds and Ritz is 2-1. Chrome Trim is 3-1. And Count on Luna is 4-1. So a very well-balanced field of 5 going for $4,369.
You know what I'm seeing in the infield that I just put 2 and 2 together?
Tell me.
There's lots of wiener dogs. Do you see all of the wiener dogs behind the announcers? Or what we would assume would be the announcers?
Oh, no. What time is that scheduled for?
After us. So, but I forgot we have a heat of the wiener dog racing. I know we won't be on air for it because I think it's completely after us. Yeah, but I was like, why are all these wiener dogs? And I forgot Steven told me that they are hosting a leg here.
Well, This grandstand will be packed for that later.
We've had a great crowd this whole time.
Yeah,
though.
we
really
have.
have.
Oh, no, there's a few hundred people here, and it's been great, and they're into it. 10th race, trot, 3-year-old filly trotters behind the starting gate, up to Roger for the call of the 10th.
They're off and trotting. That's Count on Kenna going right out for the lead. Just a Classic on the inside second. Up on the outside, Suds and Ritz into the turn, taking a seat fourth. As they race around the turn, Count on Luna, treading the field, Chrome Trim. On to the backside in the first quarter mark. On top of the field and showing the way, it's Count on Kenna with the lead. Suds and Ritz right there second as they race over to the first quarter mark in 31 flat. Into the turn third, Just a Classic. Moving up on the outside, that's Chrome Trim. Now fourth, now third, now second. Closing with each and every stride. Into the lane they come. Chrome Trim trails the field now. Just a Classic back there in the field. Coming to the halfway point. On top, Count on Kenna. Up on the outside, Chrome Trim is now taking the lead. Racing third, that's Suds and Ritz. Fourth on the outside, Count on Luna. Trailing the field, Just a Classic. As they race around the turn, go on to the 5/8 mark. On to the backside they go. Chrome Trim leads the way on the outside, racing on the inside. That's Count on Kenna fighting back to put the head in front. Down the backside they go. Count on Kenna with the lead, racing on the outside. As they race over to the 3-quarter mark, 3 quarters in 1:32 and 1. Midway around the final turn. We got 4 of them in contention with 1/8 of a mile to go in Ohio. On the outside, Count on Luna now has taken the lead for Darren Harvey. Racing on the inside, that is Count on Kenna. 1/8 of a mile to go. On top of the field, it's Count on Luna, drawing away with each and every stride. Count on Kenna second, home third, Suds and Ritz. .202 1/5.
And 1 for Count on Luna. Darren Harvey had another nice night of the Sire Stakes. LT Loverboy did it for him once again. But tonight it is Count on Luna. Now 8 wins and 18 tries this season.
3-year-old filly trotters previous to that have gone in 2 minutes, 2:04, 2:02. So this one split the difference. Congratulations. I mean, Darren just did it right. He got a second over trip from the rail. I'm sorry, from the half. And just before the 3-quarter pull, I said to Ashley, I said, when is Darren going to pull?
I was worried he was going to pull a little too late.
I know.
But no, that was easy
so
overtake.
As well. Yeah, he
very
got
easy overtake for her.
Yep, he swept pretty easy there on the far turn. So congratulations, owner, driver, trainer. That means he gets all the money.
Is that, did the 5 really go off 7-1?
Yep. Sure
yep,
did.
Yeah.
Yep,
Returned
sure
$17. That, wow, interesting.
Yeah, and look at the triple. $17 to win and a $12.40 trifecta. Only at our fairs, folks. Only at our fairs.
It's official, though. 5-2-3 across the wire.
$17 to win, $2.40 to place, $2.10 to show. Wow.
The winner, 10th race, Home Talent Coal Stake 3-year-old filly trot. Trophy by McGuire Farms. Number 5, Count on Luna. Darren Harvey owns, trains, and drives his 29th training victory of the season. Win number 16 as a driver. The 3-year-old filly by full count out of CJ's Caviar. Home a winner in 2:02 1/5. Results are official. Number 1, Just a Classic, 5. The 2, Count on Kenna, 2. The 3, Suds and Ritz, 3. The 4, Chrome Trim, 4. The 5, Count on Luna, the winner. Top down, 5, 2, 3, 4, 1 on the bottom. The quarter 31, the half 1 minute 2 fifths, 3/4 1:32.1, the mile 2:02 1/5.
We're just commenting how the back halves today have been so much slower than the first half, so almost a 2-second difference for a lot of our races. It's time, Ashley.
I know we've reached it.
Carved
the
through
finale.
it. We have.
This has actually been a very good racing card, though. I usually like a 10 to 12 races is plenty for me. Plenty for everybody. It's been a great night. We have lots of people still in the grandstand. They keep filling in. The weather has been great. The racing has been, there's been a lot of good action.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't had a photo finish, but we've had some good action from the 3/4 pole forward. Hey, how many do we have tomorrow?
12.
Okay, perfect.
We have 12 tomorrow and
Good.
just 11 today. So that means the finale is up next. The 3-year-old Philly Pacers, a field of 5. Right now I have no changes, but we will definitely have some because Drew Neal's down on 3 horses. 3 of the 5.
That's going to be a problem. He's good, but he ain't that good.
So join us back here shortly, and we'll try to get those changes for you.
Who feeds your need for new ideas for your family's best farm future? Ohio Farm Bureau. We work with our members to shape ag policy that will positively impact our industry. Farm Bureau is advancing business solutions to give you a competitive advantage. We help you gather information to stay ahead of important topics and technologies. Plus, Ohio Farm Bureau creates opportunities for growth. Ohio Farm Bureau, feeding your need for new ideas.
Cool Winds Farm is one of Ohio's premier standardbred breeding farms. Cool Winds stands the popular Dancin' Yankee, Jug winner Southwind Aussie, and the royally bred Western Fame. Cool Winds Farm is proud to present our yearling consignments at the Ohio Selected Jug Sale at Pickaway on Friday, September 12th, and at the Standardbred Horse Sale in Harrisburg during the cool winds of November.
Quick reminder, post time tomorrow here for 12 races for the second and last day of racing at the Coshocton Fair is noon, 12 o'clock.
And then we're going to take a little bit of a break, but Saturday is Saturday night at the races, the Buckeye Stallion Series Finals. We're going to host up there at Northfield Park. I do not know off the top of my head who the talent is. I will not be there. I'm going to say Frank and Susan does a lot of presenting of the trophy, so I'm not sure if she's going to be on or who it is. I cannot. Maybe
Okay.
Jay is going to come back. I don't know. Regardless, it's going to be a good time. Post time is 6 p.m. on Saturday, so don't want to miss that. You can find our BSS finals on any OHHA channel, but then the next day, make sure you catch us at Dayton.
Sunday.
I'll be there. I think Jeremy Moore, Jasmine, somebody's going to hop on with me, maybe a little bit of both. And usually, if you look at the Huff's Guide, it says 11 a.m. or 1 p.m. It depends on how many races they have.
Yeah.
It's always 11 a.m.
Okay.
Because it's a nice track.
11 o'clock on a Sunday.
Yes.
Wow.
There's usually like 16, 18. There's usually a lot of races. So that's why when Jasmine's like, I can still come, I'm like, you might want to, so we can have somewhat of a break for between Jeremy and I, because it can get long, especially because they don't run them like a fair. They run them like a raceway.
Right.
And so they can take a little bit longer.
You know what will be great about that? I'll be down in Kentucky, as I mentioned earlier, at the Red Mile for the Grand Circuit on Sunday. That's Futurity Day and a bunch of other big races. But that's a 5 o'clock post, so I will be able to entertain myself and play the Dayton races on Sunday myself.
That you will be
yes,
entertained.
Yes, I will.
I want to say that we're going to have a change on the 1 and the 3. Drew is going to pick the 5. but I can't see who that is. Is that Darren? Who is that?
Oh, let's see.
I can't see that far
That's
away.
the one. Is Manny
Manny,
listed?
I think Manny's on the 3. I think Manny Miller is going to drive the 3. Is that Jason Thompson? Is that Jason?
No, I think it might be Jason. I'm not sure.
We'll see, but we're all out, so Roger's going to call them into the post parade anyway, so we will get our official driver changes right now.
Pace, third division, $4,418, trophy by Coshocton County Agricultural Society. Number 1, Oh What a Night with Chris Hirschberger. The 2, God Stop Paying Me in Paper with Ice Talk. The 3, Nan's Moon Dancer, Emmanuel Miller. The 4, Tip with Case Bateson. And number 5, Lily Grace Hill, Drew Neal in the sulky.
A field of 5 for the finale. $4,418 for this third and final division of the 3-year-old. Philly Pacers' Chris Hirschberger is going to drive the 1. Oh, what a night for Daniel Howe. This is a 3-year-old well-said filly, also owned by Howe, getting her very first lifetime start. Did not start at all as a 2-year-old, and we do not have any qualifiers to go off of, so we're not totally sure what she might do today.
No, bred this one himself, and certainly anybody that comes out of well-said, has a lot of potential. So we'll see how Danny Hale's horse shows up here today. The 2 is Got Stop.
This one always trips me up too. There's lots of letters that run
Stop,
together.
Pay Me and Papa, right?
Something like that.
Yeah, Alex Hawk from Melvin Byler, a bit of a legend filly. The Western Terror Mare, 7:30. Steve Butler out of Salesville owns this one. 27 starts this year, has 8 third-place finishes, $12,434 in earnings. It's amazing you can get to $12,000 without being first or second in 27 races. But if you look at the program, third, fourth, third, fifth, a check every week out. So this one's made some money. We'll see how it does today.
Our 3 horse is Nan's Moon Dancer, Manny Miller, and the bike for Jessica Milner. This is another well-said, owned out of Wooster, Ohio. 1 seasonal win in 23 tries, but has hit the board a total of 9 times to make over $10,000 in 2025. Was shut down very early last year as a 2-year-old. Just had 2 starts, so seemingly needing to mature. However, not sure we have quite done that. We do make a lot of mistakes here, but all the way back, I don't want to say all the way. It wasn't that long ago, but about a month ago at Northfield.
Are you subtle when you stab?
Listen, we have plenty of horses that constantly make breaks, that constantly do stupid things.
Yes.
It's just part of it. And they are so aggravating.
I know.
But Nan's Moon Dancer at Northfield back on August 24th, and a non-winners of 1 in the Fillies and Mares division, went in 159-1. So, there's potential. They see it.
Yeah.
They see potential.
Oh, no question.
Especially, though, with Pacers, we don't see that many
breaking
breaks
4 times in a row in
Right.
the last 4 starts. No, that's not normal. Something's going on with this one. Like you said, only 2 starts last year as a 2-year-old, and just 1 win so far this year. The 4 is Tip, Case Bateson in the bike. Ed Ryder is the trainer. Ed Teefee is the owner. This is a lather-up filly from the Western Hanover mare, Western Top Cat. This one's pretty good. 13 out of 18 in the money, $29,000 in earnings, 3 wins, 7 seconds, and 3 third-place finishes. At a mark of 58 at Woodsfield, and was a 4th at Dover last week, first before that at Ashland, and then 4 seconds in a row.
Rounding out the field in the 5-hole, Drew Neal for Corey Day Ehrman. Lily Grace Hill. This is a Racing Hill out of a Mach 3 mare. Has hit the board 8 times, including 5 wins this season to make almost $18,000. Lifetime, however, she's already rolled $51,000. She was a winner wire-to-wire, back-to-back at both Ashland and Wooster. Wooster was the faster mile in 1:59.3. Looks like she had she was parked out. She was parked out at Dover and just tried to give it to go and got real tired, but she still put in the effort.
First half. Yeah.
She's still, she means she's going to be really tight.
Yep.
She's going to be really
she
tight
will
for
be.
this race.
Yeah, coming off of those 2 wins before that, absolutely. This is the 11th and final race. We do want to thank everybody for watching with us this afternoon. It's been a beautiful day of racing here in Coshocton. Thank Roger Houston, the voice, for always giving us the best calling that there is. These are 3-year-old filly pacers. The third and final division, a purse of $4,418. Let's go up to Roger for the call of the final.
Here they come. They're often pacing Lily Grace Hill on the outside. Gotta stop paying me in paper inside. We're in between horses. Tip as the lead into the first turn. Racing fourth as they race around the turn, going to the backside. Nan's Moon Dancer and treading the field. Oh, what a night off stride. Down the backside they go. Lily Grace Hill leads the way by 2 1/4 lengths as they race by the opening quarter in 29 4/5. As they race into the turn, racing second, that is Tip. Gapped out third. Gotta stop paying me in paper. Racing fourth, Nan's Moon Dancer, and the trailer remains Oh, What a Night. As they race around the turn, into the lane first time, coming to the halfway point. On top of the field, Lily Grace Hill and Drew Neal lead the pack. Tip is there second. Halfway home in 59 3. Into the turn they go. Racing third. Gotta stop paying me in paper. Coming to the outside fourth. As they race around the turn, Nan's Moon Dancer, the trailer remains. Oh, what a night. The backside appears to be a 2-horse battle from here. On top of the field, Lily Grace Hill by 1 1/4 lengths. Tip is right there second, trying to close the gap third. That's Gotta Stop Paying Me in paper. Down the backside they go. On the outside fourth, that is Nan's Moon Dancer at the 3/4 mark. Around the final turn, on top of the field, here comes Tip, pulling the pocket and coming after the leader, Lily Grace Hill. Into the stretch, Lily Grace Hill on the inside. Tip closing on the outside with every stride. Tip on the outside, Lily Grace Hill. Tip on the outside, Lily Grace Hill battling back. $159 3/5.
159 3. That wasn't for they. Wait, you just said, look at this little thing go.
I know,
She's
look
paced
at
her
it.
little heart out.
Oh, she is.
She,
Look at her.
That is a pony. She is very small. And I don't know if she was struggling in the turns because I only saw her make breaks in this first turn.
In the first turn.
And so was it that I wanted to go back to the barn because there for a minute, the way that she cocked her head coming out of that turn, I was like, she might be trying to. She knew where she came from.
Look at how much tighter the first turn is than
good point.
the far turn.
So it is an egg shape.
It is, yeah.
Good point.
Yep.
But so she was struggling a little bit in this turn here, but man, she was pacing her little hard.
She was.
She's just a tiny thing. But I don't know who was up. I almost think that Drew held on though.
I think he did. By a nose. We'll wait for it. But
great
that
drive
was our
by Case.
closest of the day.
Yeah,
Case came flying. I knew he was going to have a good shot there. The horse has been, second a lot, with some good closing. So figured he was going to make a run at it. But she tipped it good. She raced good.
Our 3-horse was on a break coming across the wire. So even if I'm going to say there's going to be an inquiry, or if it's at least for the
right, there could be a placing.
Yeah, the breaking. What's it?
Breaking rule.
Thank you.
Yes,
could
you're
not
welcome.
get my words out of that
okay.
one. So it's probably gonna. I think unofficial 5-4-2-3 is how it's
Agreed.
going to. Yep. 5-2, 5-2.
No,
2.
I wish we would broadcast the winter races.
Oh. So we do go official 5-4-2.
Good steer by Drew there. Another good rating job by these guys. 3.
Winner 11th race. Hometown at Colt Stake, 3-year-old filly pace. Trophy by Coshocton County Agricultural Society. Number 5, Lily Grace Hill. On the cap Equine Estates of Youngstown. Corey DeHerman, Youngstown, Ohio. DeHerman's second win on the card. Number 31 this season at the fairs. A driving double today for Drew Neal. The latest win number 158. 3-year-old filly by Racing Hill at an 8.3 OK. 159 3/5. Top down.
Five, 3, 4, 2, 1.
Results are official. Number 1, Oh What a Night, 5. The 2, Gotta Stop Paying Me in Paper, 3. The 3, Nan's Moon Dancer, 4. The 4, Tip, 2. The 5, Lily Grace Hill, the winner. Top down, 5, 3, 4, 2, 1 on the bottom. The quarter, 29 4. The half, 59 3. 3/4, 129 4. The mile, 159 3/5.
Really a great rating job there by Drew. 29 4, 59 3, 29 4, 59 3. Can't ask for more than that. And held on just by a sliver over Tip.
But that will do it. Now 11 races official and in the books. Make sure you join us tomorrow, post time, right here, Coshocton, for 12 races is noon. Michael and I are going to be back. So with that, I have no more closing thoughts.
Have a good night, everybody. Hope you join us tomorrow.
Yep.
Thanks, Ashley.
We hope to see you at a racetrack real soon.